right, hello and welcome to Odyssey of Eternity. I'm GM Kenneth, and today we are playing Cyberpunk Red. If you're here looking at Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay, I apologize. You're sorely going to be lacking here, as there is no Cyberpunk Red tab in Twitch so far. So, well, we got to use what we got to use. But where we last left off, does anyone want to give a recap for me?
I can't as I only hear partially, but also Chip is bopping today.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well, so as far as recaps have gone, you guys have been working on infiltrating a area of a research facility that is owned by the Arasaka Corporation. You guys have been given false identities and have made your way through this position, going pretty well. Doing your jobs that you've been given, and finding out information as well. Audie is certain that the head of the organization here either knows her or is interested in her. Both Yui and Lou have been working as security guards and have very quickly been proving themselves to the head of security that they are worth the time and effort, and have been placed in the basement to keep an eye on the chief of netrunning, Benjamin Carter, who has been consistently the sole survivor the party has found out of all of the netrunning hires here. Consistently been the only one that has been alive. Audie found a name of a person that she knows in the employee docket as she was doing scheduling for the week. One of her former inputs bandmates who had a very unfortunate name. And then, last and not least, Ziri has been doing some cleanup duty of the latest net running casualty that's been in the basement. So, where we pick up today is we're gonna start with Dr. Mal. As you weren't here last week, so let's just do a quick recap of the couple days that you've been working in the labs. For the most part, for the first day or two, you've been on cleanup duty. Cleaning up different failed experiments, sanitizing equipment, recording all of it, if I remember correctly, because you have your BD and your dermal scanner.
Yep.
So going through all sorts of things here, you eventually find yourself on the second day. Shortly after Audie had messaged everyone, "Hey, this guy I know is here. Mr. Rufus." You find yourself being sent to clean up one of the failed experiment rooms. And you see a man in here that is no longer living, slumped up against the wall, and he's, from his elbows down, are completely just obliterated. They looked like they have had some cyberware implanted in them that malfunctioned heavily. You see, looking through and cleaning up this individual, or is there anything that you're doing in particular?
Yeah. So, one of the things I have is a chem analyzer.
Yeah.
So I'm able to detect any kind of chems I'm coming across, and it's my understanding that brain dances can like anything that you can detect, like it can like transfer to the brain dance.
Yeah.
So I'm also like just analyzing all chems and like just having that saved into the brain dance. So anything that was involved in him blowing up, any like residue, anything like that, I'm making sure to like cover as much as possible with like what happened to this man.
Yeah. So as you're doing this and analyzing the chems on this individual, you realize the one thing that pops out is an almost inhuman amount of dopamine and endorphins in this individual that have not resided yet since his passing.
All right.
As well as several adrenal compounds are incredibly elevated.
All right.
Give me a first aid check here, or a just as you're working on cleaning. This just general professional overlooking.
First aid. Ooh, starting off strong with a 10. And then an 8, so 18 plus 12. So what,
Yeah,
30?
30. In your expert opinion, this man did not die from the cyber limbs just going haywire there. It seems as if his heart actually was beating so fast it exploded. As you see the telltale signs of bruising around the chest, all sorts of different, especially with the elevated endorphins, the elevated dopamine, all of that other stuff. It sounds like he went into some sort of medically induced extreme fight or flight.
Yeah.
And that sort of was interesting. As far as you start to clean up, you do see he does have some dog tags on him.
I'll check those.
You just see the last name Rufus on the dog tags. The first name has been scratched out.
All right, got it. I'll actually like fully just go through his pockets and stuff as well.
So he's just wearing a pair of almost like sweatpants. He doesn't have anything in his pockets. It seems like he was in a sterile sort of lab experiment that went wrong.
All right. Making note of everything I can as I go. I'll just do my job and clean up.
Yeah. All right, so you go through that and start cleaning up. At the end, you do have the option to activate the incinerator part of the room to fully clean up the remnants. Do so.
Yep.
All right.
I absolutely do.
So you end up popping the incinerator as you walk out of the room, as you see the telltale klaxon and lights of the incinerator going on, and the do not enter neon light pops up on next to the wall. You wait for a while for the room to cool down and ventilate out as you go in and just clean up the ashes.
Am I able to like see into the room while it's happening?
No, a metal
Okay.
A metal slide down comes down to protect the glass from the heat.
Okay.
Maybe even a ceramic plate. It's hard to tell from the side. But some sort of heat shielding.
I think it's only important for whoever watches the brain dance afterwards, but Mal fully turns around and like goes look through the glass, and then like just a very quiet fuck to himself as he can't watch the corpse get incinerated.
Okay. And then I believe the party is on the third day, going on to the fourth day, if that sounds correct to everyone else. Correct?
I think so.
It is also very good for me to know because I have the drama team and I only have so many days of it, so I need to keep track of that. And also I do hate to hog the spotlight, but there's actually one more thing Mal wants to do. Not at Arasaka's building, but like while he has some free time.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to like one of not the most, but one of the most like low key, but also like not well known Ripper Docs. Like a Ripper Doc that's up and coming. Not many people know of them. I'm just gonna like go to because I used to work with a gang, so I probably know at least one or two that's like yeah, you can use them, but not many people want to.
Yeah, so you find you go to a Ripper Doc known as who goes by Lila Kim,
Okay.
and she's up and coming for her cyberware that enhances human senses that she's been working on.
All right. Yeah, so I just walk into her business. Is there anyone else in the building at all?
At the building
That I
right
can
now,
see.
no.
Okay. I'll just approach her and go, hey, so I have some adjustments I want made
Yes.
discreetly. I'm not looking for any new Chrome, just some adjustments to my current Chrome.
Okay.
I want them to look like they're discreetly from Militech. Like as if Militech was trying to hide that they supplied these, but they still want their brand on it.
She cocks her head at you. I can do this. It's gonna cost you, but
How much?
well, depends on how much you want to get changed to look like that.
Let's see. My Neuralink. My vampires. He like thinks for a moment and just like does that like head wobble thing as like he's like debating with himself. My cyber eyes, but don't put any of the Militech stuff on like the outside. Make it like somebody has to be looking through my corpse to be finding this.
I got you. I'll have to say about 500 eddies. I can do this.
Done.
All right. She has you go to the room and starts getting to work.
All right.
Weren't here to bankroll Audi last time. I had to do it.
Yeah, Audie.
Sorry.
Yeah, Audie got sent to go get coffee for the executive and his primary assistant. And when she got there, she realized she didn't have any money to get the coffee because the lady did not give her money to get the coffee.
Yeah.
As a test.
And then I'm so sorry. There's one last thing.
Okay.
Because Mal's in that area. So he's got to start making some poor choices. So after he gets his stuff done, he'll thank the lady and we go, you know, hold on, I'll be right back. I want to give you something extra. He's going to leave. He's going to come back in with his RPG and he's going to fire.
On the Ripper Doc?
Yep. No witnesses.
Okay.
She's the only one that knows that he had these adjusted to look like Militech. He's removing that.
Okay. So
Jesus Christ.
okay,
Welcome to Mal on cyberpsychosis.
Oh no.
Oh!
Just like that, innocent is dead.
Do you need me to roll for this, Ken, at all?
No, it's
It's what?
No, it's narrative. You're able to do that.
Okay. And then as he leaves, I have oh, where is it? Glow paint. I pick the old gang I used to work with, not the one that Crag is from, the one that Crag
Yeah.
feuded with. And I paint the symbol.
Okay. So you end up heading back and
I need to mark off the RPG.
reacclimating with the group back at the meetup point at the end of the before your next shift at the place. And as you guys are sitting at the bar, you see a news story that night of or the next morning. You see a woman on the TV, and she's like, in other news, in Night City, what officials are calling a gas explosion destroyed a up-and-coming Ripper Docks clinic and caused several casualties. The fire from the gas explosion has been seen to jump from several buildings, causing several people to lose their life tragically. Officials are not sure if this is gang related or not, but have not released any official statement at this time. Witnesses say there were gang symbols on site in a glow paint, but police have yet to respond to this. Any citizens who know anything about this are encouraged to call Night City Police Department and be helpful tipsters if can be. Outrage among citizens in that block are demanding accountability from city authorities for their negligence in ensuring the safety of the citizens in this trying time. More on the story later.
Mal completely unfazed. Like he just watches with like mild interest, just like sipping from his drink.
Okay. As you guys are all in the same spot together at this point. Is there anything anyone would like to do before their next shift?
Nope.
No.
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 Okay. All right. So, you guys the next morning, you guys get up and prepare to head back to the air socket organization. You head that way, and as you're going, you see the hustle and bustle of the city all around. On your way in, you see at this point there is a Max Tech hovercopter sort of deploying a Max Tech brigade about 2 blocks away from the research organization that you're at. You see that you're actually rerouted in order to go around this area as Max Tech is starting to cordon off the area. As anyone familiar in Night City knows that anytime Max Tech is deployed, it's usually cyberpsychosis involved. But you go around and arrive at work a few minutes late due to the detour, but you are there. As you see, most of the security guards that were there overnight are a bit on edge. As both Lou and Yui get out, you see Security Chief Garcia look at you, and she sort of waves you off away from prying ears.
What's up, boss?
You didn't happen to see Max Tech deployed out on your way in, did you?
We did. We had to go around them. Yep.
You didn't hear this from me, but that we had an experiment get out last night.
Eyebrows raised.
Something in the labs got free, somehow avoided detection out of here, but in the morning was gone. There was only one casualty, and it was the lab tech that was designated to look after this individual. They were found with their head looking the other way in the morning, completely snapped around. Then, well, it was an individual that was undergoing experimental cyber tech upgrades and did not bode well for them. Max Tech is up there cleaning up, and Arasaka has put out a media blackout in the area. So just be careful today, and remember, keep an eye on Benjamin today if you can.
Got it.
Will do, boss. Is there any kind of protocol we need to follow that we're not aware of? If we sight this thing, or is there any film, any footage on camera of?
No, that is the oddest part. Is we see doors opening, but never anything coming out.
Are you telling me it's invisible,
It's
or has the footage been wiped?
rumor has it it was some sort of chameleon skin cyber tech they were working on.
Splendid.
It's not infinite. It does require a battery and a recharge, and I believe Max Tech caught it when it was in the process of recharging. But this doesn't go any further than this, and if you see it, I don't think you will because Max Tech is on the case at this point. Please, you have full authority to put it down with as much force as you need.
Understood.
But keep an eye on Benjamin. Make sure that the other netrunners are safe down there because I do not wish to have to fill out any more paperwork than I have to today, and I've already had to fill out a small mountain.
Better you than me.
She just gives you that like a side glance, and in like a very joking way. You keep up that attitude, I'll have you do it for me.
I take it back.
But escort the netrunners down in the basement. Keep an eye on Benjamin. Something's not right.
We'll keep an eye out. So I guess we'd report to station.
Yeah, so you guys catch up as Ziri is just waiting on the elevator to come up to the floor, and you guys are all able to ride down at the same time. And as you get down, you see that as you walk in, you see the little security table. You all get checked in, and the two of you, Lou and you take your position. The night guard swaps out for you, and Ziri, you head in and you see Benjamin he's already sort of plugged in when you walk in. The telltale signs of a net dive. As he's in one of the chairs.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna go walk by and give a look-see at Benjamin.
Yeah.
Determine whatever his physical state is.
Yeah, give me this will be a human perception check or perception check here, depending on what information you're trying to glean.
we in Tailspire or?
I have Tailspire up for dice rolls if anyone would like to use it for that
Oh, okay.
for the time being. But unless there's like a combat, not at the moment.
Okay. All right. I have to log in. So somebody, what was I rolling?
Either
Human
a
perception.
human
Oh.
perception or a perception based on what information you wish to gather.
Um. Well, I mean, is much of his emotional state readable, or I mean, I'm looking like, is he like in distress? Is he,
All right, so this would
you
be
know,
that would be more of like a human perception, just look at general physical attributes to see what.
okay. Somebody just roll for me, please. Roll a d10. Add
I
4.
got you. Roll the 3.
7. Woohoo!
All right, so looking at this individual, can't really see much. The only thing that really stands out with that is you see the temperature, the temperature monitor for the human occupant of the Netrunner seat is definitely elevated. About 120 degrees.
The body temperature, or I'm sorry, the unit that he's in. I can't.
So the chairs keep track of the vitals of the individuals that are hooked up to it. Because net running is
Okay.
known to cause a feverish sensation in the brain while you're net running, depending on how much processing power you're utilizing while in the run. His is at 120 degrees, which is well above standard body rate and the healthy body temp of humans.
I would think Z probably knows more about this than I do. I'm gonna like call over Z. Come check this out.
Are you
Look at his vitals. That doesn't look right.
No,
Is that
that's not right at all.
Give me a Ziri for you. Give me a. This will be a general. This will be a net running check. So this will be an interface check technically, just for information related to net running.
Interface check.
Yep.
And I add the rank to it, right? Or,
Yep.
Yeah. That's 12.
12. So you looking at this, you know of netrunners running hot while they do this, and that's usually why most of the chairs are refrigerated and or have coolers built into them. However, this definitely seems that you know that these chairs units have a governor on them to clock that or to stop them from going past 110 for a extended period of time.
Does it also tell, like, on the chair what the running dive time is?
Yeah, so you do see the running dive time is 3 hours and 27 minutes.
Oh,
How far over the threshold is he?
Definitely over the threshold. He's in the danger zone of overclocking when it comes to net running, if not well past it.
Yeah. Which Ziri says. We
That's not good.
might want to do something about this.
Well, how do we do it? Unplug him, so to speak, without killing him. Is there a shutdown procedure?
Ziri, give me an interface check with this for knowledge based on this, and you can give a +3 to this because it is your profession.
That's an 11 then.
You know, especially that for things like this, you have to find a way to cool the body first before unplugging. Uh, being that this is the he should be registered as a friendly for all of the black ice that you have. It shouldn't be that he should be in danger from unplugging him normally. But if you unplug him at these temperatures, it can cause a neural shock into his brain that could cause almost like literally his brain to cook, causing permanent brain damage.
Okay.
You do say that there is an emergency kit that is like literally like you know how like most places have like the first aid AED and like your fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Down in the basement, there is an additional thing there that is an overclock kit for netrunners. It has a coolant in it that is body safe, so you can inject it into the body medically to force a cooldown. And then because sometimes safeties fail on the chairs and stuff like that, and stuff like this does happen.
Okay. I suppose we should get the emergency kit to cool him down before we eject him, or else that could cause very bad issues.
I'll go retrieve the emergency kit if it's like at a station or something.
All right, so you go grab the emergency kit.
Here you go. I don't know what to do with it. If you do, if you need my help, let me know.
Would I know what to do with it? I would assume so.
Yeah, this is a very common practice here. You can give me a basic first aid check here.
Okay. Is that a skill or?
Yep, first aid skill.
Hold on,
It's under tech.
Oh, there it is. That's a 13.
13. All right, yeah. You very easily apply the first aid as you see his body start to rapidly cool. You see him dip from the 120 degrees to a very safe 97, slightly under temp, but close enough to normal temp to.
All right, he's cooled down.
My question is, what is he doing, and what was he in there doing?
I don't know.
He's been coming in early doing this stuff and from what I understand, he's probably been working, way earlier than anybody coming in and staying late. So he's got something going on.
Yeah.
Yui,
is there any way that you can like dive into what he's doing?
Perhaps.
At this point, too, by the way, Ziri, you and Benjamin are the only two netrunners currently at the lab right now.
Okay.
But Yui, question for you: are you watching all of this, or are you at the security gate at the beginning of this room?
I would assume I would have gone to like the security room or whatever where I can see the cameras and stuff.
Yeah. So give me a. This will be a perception check, real quick.
Okay.
As you quickly scan over the night's logs and look at the security cameras and stuff like that.
I rolled a 10 and a 9, so I'm just gonna assume I pass it without looking at my.
Yeah. Yeah, so you see someone come down, something that's different that isn't in the security logs of who came and went here. Uh, you see an individual who's also not authorized, and which is the same person that is not logged here, which is the main administrative assistant that Audie has been working with.
Oh, that bitch.
I will go to like move to interceptor.
Well, you're seeing this on the the logs for the night
Oh,
as
okay.
you're reviewing it. She had come down and she leaned over the chair that Benjamin's at currently, and then got up, walked away, and
Can
left
I
the
like
area.
by logs? Am I like watching a video of her doing this, or
Yeah, so you're seeing
okay?
the written logs aren't like where who's ever checked in and checked out of coming in and out because that's the standard practice here. But she didn't she never logged in or out to come in here, but the cameras still caught her. So you're just doing a quick like this didn't look right when you just are reviewing the stuff for the night before while they're doing the other thing, checking out Benjamin.
Can I like go back through like forwards and backwards and like track where she came from and where she went after?
Yeah. So you can track her all the way to the point where she gets to the back to the elevator. At that point, the cameras in this level don't have access to the upper levels. You'd have to go
Mm,
to the main security one that you were on your first day to check that out.
okay. I will wait a minute and make sure everything's okay with Lou and Siri before I do that.
Okay.
Well, it looks like he's in the clear physically, but I think we need to figure out what he's up to.
Mm-hmm.
So Siri, are you going to dive in after him to see what he's doing, or are you going to just pull
Uh,
him?
I think I'll dive in to see what he's doing.
All right. So
Uh, but before I do that, I show Lou um what to like do with the emergency kit for emergency cooling just in case anything goes.
Keep it handy, I guess, and
Yeah.
well, let's continue to. If you're, are you diving in? I didn't hear if you were.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I am. This
So
is what you
Lou
need to
was,
do.
yeah, I was gonna say Lou was watching her very closely
Yeah.
when she helped,
Oh, okay.
uh, and so he would listen again as you're explaining what to do if
Yeah.
it gets
Yeah. If she gets
problematic for
over.
you.
Yeah. If she gets overclocked,
You
and
need me to make
then.
any kind of roll to absorb that or anything?
Mm,
no, it's easy enough. It was a very simple like you just put it in one of the very close into the neck towards the spine. Easy enough.
Okay, I've got a base 7 first aid too, so
Okay, yeah, easy enough. You're able to absorb that real quick. Uh, so as you guys, or Ziri, as you dive into this, you plug into the chair next to Benjamin. You find yourself in a very different feeling net. The net that you've been in for the last few days has felt cold and sterile. The virtual world that you've been in normally now it feels thick and heavy, and the atmosphere seems to press down upon you at this point while you're down in here. Uh, the atmosphere around you, the sky seems to be tinted red instead of the standard that it is, and you see warning klaxons going all throughout the web or the net that you're in. As you see a trail of carnage leading down to further levels.
oh, I'll follow the trail.
Okay. You find a spot where you end up getting through. You find the shredder, and the shredder is completely busted wide open. It's the crushing tines have been pulled apart and is now a gaping wound in the ground leading down to the next floor. Looking through it is a bit of an undertaking, as the vertigo that you receive from looking at it makes you feel nauseous. But diving through, you see the next floors. You see Benjamin's avatar, the large teddy bear-like avatar, ragged and wounded, doing battle against what can only be described as some sort of eldritch monstrosity. As you see a rogue AI that is assaulting the server, and Benjamin is doing his best to hold it at bay right now.
Oh god.
Rip.
What are you doing? Time is of the essence right now.
I should help. I- I'll go help him.
Okay, so you will enter the Netrunner initiative here.
We like to have a good time down here.
We like to have fun here. We like to have fun here. So roll for Netrunner initiative.
Yep, so you're going to roll me an initiative, so that's going to be your interface plus a die 10 instead of reflex.
0 is 10, right?
Yes.
That's a 15.
Okay. You also get, if you got a 10, you get to re-roll that and add that to that, because it's a critical success.
Oh, do I?
Yep.
So roll to it. Roll another.
Roll an additional die 10 and add that to that. Yep. By the way, this is a great time to plug an app that someone pointed out to me for Cyberpunk. The Cyberpunk Red Companion app is an absolutely fantastic resource that allows you to easily track your character sheet and expenses, cyberware, humanity. Super useful tool, and for the GM who's running this, it's also even easier because you can set up random encounters, net architectures, night markets, and weathers in seconds instead of.
I am downloading it now as we speak because of that.
I couldn't figure out how to get the code thing to upload characters.
So the upload character is if you had made if you've made a character on the website for it, you could upload it from the website there. But absolutely fantastic app, worth the $4 for the full version.
What's the name of it?
Cyberpunk Red Companion app.
I'll have to dig into it more.
It even has a dark mode.
It does, yes.
It has a dark mode. Oh my god.
It has a dark mode, yeah.
Absolutely easy. You can roll in it. It calculates all your stats and everything in seconds. It's one of the most powerful tools I found for this TTRPG. So, to the makers of it, if you're watching, thank you. Not sponsored, but definitely recommend.
Just glancing around, I agree this thing looks amazing at a glance even. Everything looks easy to read and intuitive.
It also helps you build a character in seconds through even
it's
complicated ways.
I clicked a new character just to see how it is, and it's got the template fast and dirty calculated. This is very, very nice. Thank you for telling me about this, because I've been wanting to run Cyberpunk myself, but I was like, I don't know, it seems like a lot of effort.
It takes the effort out of running it at this point.
Yeah.
But so, Ziri, what is your total initiative there? Because with your additional die 10.
16.
16. All right. So with that, you get into net combat with this rogue AI. So this thing is impressive.
Impressive.
Yeah, and when I mean impressive, I mean you're definitely going to be seeing this in your nightmares if you survive this. The code seems to twist and contort in unnatural ways, forming pulsing tendrils that writhe and thrash with a will of their own. Its virtual form seems to shimmer and shift, taking on a grotesque organic quality that seems almost alive. The code pulses with an otherworldly glow, casting eerie shadows across the virtual environment. You hear its voice echoing in your mind and all throughout this area, at once seductive and menacing, promising power beyond imagine, but warning of terrible consequences should you attempt to interfere with its plan. So, Zira, you are actually the first to go into as you jump into this thing.
Oh, crap.
What are you doing?
I didn't have the book open. I'm so sorry.
So,
Okay.
if you look in your messages, you should have that message pinned. That is all of the Netrunner actions in our personal messages.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
Pins. Wait, did we pin it?
It should be.
It was not pinned. I will pin that now.
Good.
Okay, So, hi. That's all. Goodbye. Hello. I'm so sorry. In fact, I should have had this up.
So the options that you can do is if you have any programs, you can activate the programs as a net running action. What is your net runner level at this point? Is it 5 or 6?
5.
5. Okay, so I believe, if memory serves, that you have 3 net running actions that you can do currently.
Okay. So I do have on my gear it says programs. I have a Sword of Rizbolt.
Yep, so you can use the sword, or you can use the sword program or your zap. And you have 3 net running actions. So what are you doing here?
Okay. Probably zap.
Okay. So that is going to be a zap check, which is a interface plus a die 10.
Okay. That is a 10.
A 10. On die or with the modifiers?
With the modifier.
Okay, so the 10, you will zap it with that. So roll me a die 6.
5.
5 points. All right. As you zap at the AI, you see its horrible form twist and writhe as you see a part of the landscape behind you get sucked up and absorbed into the vortex behind it, disintegrating into nothingness as it focuses its attention on you. You still have 2 more net actions. What are you doing?
Probably the sword.
Okay.
What page is the combat on the PDF?
Net running starts at 195 and goes to 218.
Okay, so what do I do for the sword? Is that a die 10 plus interface or?
So for the sword, I'm just pulling it up myself here. So your sword is an anti-program attacker, so you're going to roll to hit. You get a +1 to this on top of your interface because it does have an attack value of 1. So this will be your interface plus a die 10 +1.
Okay. That's a 7.
A 7, alright, and it rolls against that to see if it will avoid it here. And it will not. It gets a 6, so that does hit. So that one will do 3d6 damage to this thing.
Okay. 6, 7, 9.
9, alright. And last but not least, you have one more turn. You can only use the sword once per round.
Okay.
Are you going to try to zap again?
Yep.
Alright.
So die 10 plus interface. That's a 15.
15 will hit this time, as it gets an 8 for its defense.
Okay, cool. And 1 die 6 for the zap, right?
Yep.
That's a 1.
Alright. As it is looking a bit rough here at this point, you see the data is starting to fall apart. This thing turns its attention to you at this point, Ziri, as it spends an attack to backhand Ben, as Ben's avatar gets sent flying back as he takes some damage. Looking a bit rough. This thing is going to spend its next 2 attacks against you, Ziri. So you're going to roll an interface plus your defense here.
Interface plus defense.
So it'll be a die 10 plus your interface for you, actually.
Okay.
Unless you have a defense program like Shield that gives you a defense bonus.
I don't believe I do.
Alright, so this is going to get a 16 to attack you.
Okay. So
you have to either roll higher than a 16 or 16 or higher to not be attacked, or 16 or lower. No, 16 or higher to not get attacked, sorry.
okay. Yeah, that's an 8.
8. Alright, so you are going to get hit by that. You are going to take 10 points of damage as this thing, you feel parts of your data start to distort. As from what you see outside of this, Lou, who's looking right at Ziri as they're in the chair, you see Ziri's temperature gauge spike by a few degrees on the chair. Not in the danger zone yet, but physically get hotter. The next one is going to be a 5 to hit you. So roll a die 10, add your interface.
That's another 8.
Alright, so you're good. So its third one misses you. Next up, Ben is going to, in his full avatar of Teddy Bear Might, he is going to pull out a very large, it looks almost like the Buster Sword from Final Fantasy, and is going to use the sword program on this. Is going to hit. That is 3 dice 6. Okay, do some more damage. And then he's going to try to zap it a few times, and will. And actually, that is enough. Benjamin does finish it off as he comes up, Buster Sword in hand, and then shoots off a couple mind zaps at this thing as this thing shrieks and writhes and pulls itself back through the barrier in which it had broken through in the far side of this room. As the atmosphere returns back to its sterile environment, you see Benjamin looks over to you in his avatar form. Holy crap! That hasn't happened in a while. If you didn't step by, I think I might have been a goner. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Are you?
I live.
Yeah.
We like to have fun here. Living is fun.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Sometimes.
When I arrived, I saw that your temperature was overclocked. So I took not the necessary actions to help before I came in.
Well, I appreciate that. That's quick thinking. We should probably secure the area, and then I'll send a message. Honestly, actually, I need to step away from the net for a bit to gather my things, or my priorities again. Do you mind securing the area?
No, not at all. Take the time you need. I'll take care of the area here.
Okay, as you see, his avatar blinks out as he wakes up in the chair, seeing Lou hovering above both of you. Oh, danger's past. Rogue AI broke through the net barrier, the black ice wall that we have. I've been fighting it all morning. Thank you. As he unsteadily stands up from the chair and gets a few feet before throwing up into a trash can. Lou, you see there is a sizable amount of blood in his vomit as he's vomiting. Uh, Yui, you hear the retching from the station that you're at.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm back. If I was addressed at all.
Just actually a moment ago. So you seen Benjamin get out of the chair and he looks at you and he's like, Rogue AI, I've been fighting it all morning. Thank you for helping out and watching over. And he gets up unsteadily and just starts to vomit very fervently into a trash can. As
thank God.
you see, there is a sizable amount of blood in his vomit.
Oh. Hey, that don't look good, boss. What do you got going on inside there?
Probably need to get to the hospital. What was the temperature reading at?
Was it 120? I think it was.
It was 120, yeah.
God, I need... As he just proceeds to pass out onto the floor with a large thump.
Well,
I will come into the room at this point.
Okay.
I guess we call paramedics.
I will turn to Zir and say, "Can you stay with him?" And
Azir is in a dive.
Oh, she's died.
Oh, she's still fighting the AI, right?
So Ziri is sitting there and is securing the area to prevent any further AI incursions.
Okay.
Oh, you defeated it? Awesome.
Yeah.
So it's just you and Lou right now with this person that's unconscious on the floor.
Should we call them paramedics then, I would imagine, right? Unless we have reason not to.
Well, we have to think about our objective here.
Yeah, but that's why I'm asking before I do it.
Yeah. I wasn't like telling you, I was just thinking. On the one hand, like it's our job to help this guy, but on the other hand, it'll probably hurt them to have no netrunners here at all. You know what I mean?
Well, yes, but he's not going to be in any shape to do anything anytime soon, anyways. And then we do have Ziri.
Right, but I mean, if we just let him die here, they'll be left with no net runners at all when we leave.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. So, are you saying we should do that and let him die?
I don't know.
Well, I have a above table question. Did you share with us any? I'm talking to Yui specifically. Did you share with us what you saw about the admin assistant yet?
No, not yet. That's what I was coming in to do, but.
Gotcha.
Or well, yeah. So, turns out this guy seems, as far as I'm concerned, it looks like he was it wasn't his fault. It's, he's been framed by the administrative assistant. What it looks like. I could be wrong, but on the security cameras, it looked like she was tampering with him last night.
Wow, you mean that bitch that has been giving Audie such a hard time?
Yep, that one.
I guess that won't surprise her then.
Another option, we do save this guy and then try to get him on our side. Especially, I doubt he has much love for this place now that he's getting sabotaged. So, I say
That's
we go
fair.
and call the paramedics.
Okay, I'll call it in then.
You guys do have a doctor on speed dial.
Okay, who will I call the... You mean from the facility, right?
We'll call Dr. Mal down here.
Oh, gotcha, I keep forgetting. Yeah, oh, but yeah, I mean, isn't he a janitor currently? He can't really just show up, can he?
I'm a lab tech, excuse you.
Okay.
You could at least like maybe call and get medical opinion, and then call paramedics or the like, or just straight up call the paramedics if you want.
Well, the paramedics, it might bring more attention to it, whereas if we try to deal with it ourselves, we can continue keeping it to ourselves. Also might alert with face Terra or that we know what's going on. So I'll call Dr. Mal and say we got a situation down here. We need some medical assistance.
Okay. So Dr. Mal, you get this.
All right. I'm going to find my supervisor.
You find Dr. Grace looking at you. Yes.
Yeah, howdy. I've got security calling me down for a medical consultation of some kind.
Okay. I mean, based off of your credentials, that seems very plausible. Do you need assistance, or?
Honestly, if they're bothering me with it, I'm going to assume it's probably something pretty fucked. So, assistance wouldn't be declined.
Well, I will come down to assist then. She looks and calls out to a couple other people. Heading out now. Please keep an eye on all of this as she directs people around and starts to follow you.
All right. We will get to the elevator and then like full dead stop, like shift back and forth on our feet a bit, clearly like trying to hype ourselves up, and then get on the elevator.
Okay.
Mal has forgotten that he's not afraid of elevators.
All right, so you get down to the elevators. It takes you to the first floor, and then you're going to have to get out, go behind the elevators to the hidden sub basement elevator behind maintenance. And you get down as both of you and Dr. Grace come down to the scene that's down there.
Well, Mal, you brought some friends.
I did. I figured if you're calling me down there mid-shift that there's probably something important. This is my supervisor.
Dr. Grace nods. Dr. Grace Lee, at your service. I am head of research and development in the biology labs up ahead. And she starts trying to crane her neck over you guys to see what's going on. What's the occasion for needing to call medical?
Pal here found some black ice. He needs some help. I'm not too familiar with all the net running stuff, but I know it doesn't look good.
She just nods and looks to Dr. Mel. I'll let you prove yourself here. If they called you, you must have some sort of expertise in this.
Yeah. I've had a few friends burn themselves out trying to net run. I can figure this out, no problem.
Yeah, he got up to 120 temp for like 3 hours or something.
Holy shit! And he's alive?
Well, or his whole net run was 3+ hours. I don't know how long he was over.
I mean, even for a little while, like Mao's like looking for this man. Like, is the person like with them?
Yeah, they're on the ground
Lying
at
on the
this
ground.
point. Very much. They're not sweating at all at this point.
Yeah.
They're just. You see their chest barely moving up and down. Like they're
Yeah.
still.
Do they look
breathing.
unconscious?
They do. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He was vomiting blood. If you look there in the trash can.
Fucking. I mean, yeah, probably. All right, and Mal will go over to give him an assessment.
Yeah, give me first aid check or paramedic.
Yeah, and as he's going, he's just gonna like be like just talking like out loud about like being at that high of a temperature for that long means that he was probably literally boiling his own blood in his brain. Let's see, a first aid check. That is going to be a 20 total.
Yeah.
And 8 plus 12.
That's a very fair assessment. You're probably sure there is permanent brain damage, but you will need an actual scan to fully. This man definitely needs to be admitted to a hospital ASAP, or some sort of medical facility.
Yeah. All right. So, it is my very professional and correct opinion that this man needs actual facilities. Like, again, being at that temperature for an hour, 30 minutes, like that's an extreme temperature for a body to be at, and he was literally boiling himself. There's going to be brain damage. I mean, honestly, net running again might be a bad idea for him. But I suppose that would be up to him to make the choice after that. But yes, actual medical facilities. I don't know if they have anything in-house here, or if they're going to want to send him to a actual hospital. And he like looks over towards his supervisor.
She just sort of curtly nods. We have an in-site medical bay that should be sufficient to take care of him. Hospitals might ask questions what sort of black ice he got into, and that would cause
a knowing nod.
So yes, she chirps into a comm. I'm gonna need a stretcher and medical down here fully. Prep the medical labs. We're gonna have to be a tough day. At this point, too, you have had a security come down. You see Garcia look down. Is everything all right? I got a notification on the security panels that something was amiss down here.
Yeah, your netrunner had some kind of run-in and probably has brain damage. Was just cooking for 3 hours. Like, all right, so typically, if you have a fever of like 105, it's seek medical attention immediately. He was cooking at a good solid 120, according to these folk.
She just sort of nods. Medical's on the way?
All right, well...
Where are the rest of your netrunners, by the way?
Well, We've been losing quite a lot
Yeah.
as of late.
You don't say.
Now we just have, and she points over to Ziri in the chair. Right now, she's the only one on, and Benjamin there on the floor are the only two in on payroll right now.
Forgive me if that seems a little daunting. I mean, what if she goes down? What if there's another incursion?
We are absolutely working
What
to
if there's
fill
two
these
incursions
spots
and she
as
can't?
fast as we can.
Yeah.
Now, panning over, Audie.
Hello, I'm alive. I might lose the voice at some point, but that's just because it's gonna hurt my stomach.
You're good. You have gotten up to your position at your desk up at the top.
Yeah.
You've heard some kerfuffling down in the basement. You've heard a couple of the executives murmuring about something going down there on a need-to-know basis that you definitely don't need to know, but you do hear enough about it, and due to the shared comms of everyone that you guys have had, you do hear more snippets than you should.
Yeah.
But at this point, you were offered to go to lunch and work as a by
Offered is a generous term.
pretty much voluntold.
Yeah, voluntold. Happy to be voluntold.
At this point, your morning is pretty easy. However, Alexander Harrison comes and he's like, "Are you ready to go to lunch?"
Oh yeah, sure. Let me just finish a few things, and I think she makes not a show, but she makes sure to close the program, like the scheduling program, in like the very proper way. I don't think Harrison knows the proper way to do it, but Audie is proud and she wants to show this off specifically. And then once that's done, she'll fold her hands in her lap and just smile up at him. So we're going now? Or are we waiting a bit?
I need to get going here actually soon.
Okay.
So if you would.
Yeah. She'll hop up. Follow around like a little puppy.
All right. So he takes you very quickly to a very high-end, super luxury car, and starts. You realize he drives it himself, which is odd for most executives.
Yeah. I don't know if I've been in an executive's car before, but I've seen them leave.
Yeah.
So I know. Oh, wow.
He smiles at you. Yeah, there's only 6 of these in the world, and I got my hands on one of them. He just sort of taps the dash. It's keyed biologically to me, so if anyone tries to steal this baby, it's not going to go anywhere, and police will be showing up very shortly.
Oh, that's
You
good.
cut this guy's finger off and then just do.
This car looks like it's worth more than the GDP of most nations.
Yeah.
I'm now distracted very much by the talk of cars. The audio channel.
Oh, I'm about to make it worse. What does it feel like to drive?
Well, it's a bit. He just sort of smiles. It's like, I've never actually thought about that, but this thing rides so smooth, and man, and he pats the dashboard again. The Orem V is, well, it's got a sleek and aerodynamic design and a body made completely of the most lightweight but strong materials on the planet.
That's so cool.
Yeah, over 1,000 horsepower, goes 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds.
Audie nods along like she understands this. She clearly does not. But it's her old sycophant, you know, fangirl
Yeah.
side piece days. Just like, this is easy for her. This is natural. You just nod.
Yeah, so the interior of this car is lined with premium leather and features state of the art technology, including a fully customized digital dashboard. And the sound system in here puts to shame most venues that you've ever played in Audi.
Yeah. It is worthwhile to mention, and I figure this is assumed, because while she's at the computer, she's doing a recording.
Yeah.
That's also happening. I don't know if I can have the recording and my audio recording happening at the same time, since it seems like the group gets the audio recording in real time versus the brain dance being on like a chip.
I mean,
But that's your call.
You can be recording, and the audio that you're speaking and hearing is recorded on the brain dance as you're doing it, because it's everything that you're perceiving at that time.
I
Yeah.
think our audio log is through like our agents.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just keep the brain dance up instead. They can hear the full of it later.
Yeah, so Alexander, he starts the Orem up, and he starts working the manual transmission as he just starts gliding through Night City to the restaurant, as you find yourself at the Neo Noir restaurant very shortly, which is a luxurious establishment with an atmosphere reminiscent of a classical film noir. The interior is designed with black and white colors and dim lighting, evoking a feeling of an old-school detective movie. The furniture is plush and comfortable with black leather booths and chairs. The walls are adorned with vintage movie posters and artwork.
He's a loser. Carry on. I love him. I've decided I'm adopting everyone now. Sorry. Oops.
So as you sit down, you see there's a couple other executives that are there as well, and they exchange pleasantry, and Alexander briefly introduces you as his personal secretary for the day and note taker. As you sit down and you pull up the menu, is first and foremost, each menu item here is worth more than your monthly rent.
Yeah.
It features high-end cuisine and dishes that are beautifully plated and presented. It's a fusion of classic and modern foods with influences all over the world. You see some signature dishes on here that say chef special, say smoked salmon tartare with caviar and creme fraiche, truffle risotto with grilled scallops, and a wagyu beef fillet with red wine reduction.
Over the agent, you just get like a blah. The group.
I mean, obviously you have to order the most expensive.
Audie's just gonna get the special thing, right? Just like, well, okay, it does not make my brain go, oh, this is some rich people nonsense. So she's just gonna order the house special, because she doesn't know what it is, so her brain can't be upset by it. It's the strat.
Yeah. So the one thing too that you notice is there is no one else in this entire restaurant. The entire restaurant has been shut down for you guys.
Hey.
With the business partners.
This is a safe work environment.
After all of the food is established, data pads get slipped around to everyone at the table, and as it gets to you, you realize it is a NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. And Alexander looks at you and just gives a slight smile. You would please sign this. Say that you will not speak of this or make any unauthorized recordings or the like.
It's just a data pad, right?
It's a data pad, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it has any... Or I wouldn't assume that a data pad can read my data, right?
Not usually. Actually, for Audie, give me an intelligence check.
I love that.
That not usually was such a good DM answer.
What was that?
9, 10,
I said
11.
that not usually was such a good DM answer.
That's 11, but I also have an education if you would want me to use that instead.
I mean, the 11 is good.
Okay.
You know that most data pads, unless they are specifically designated to hack, they do not have that ability.
Okay, yeah, this just seems like an information data pad. Absolutely no hesitation. She doesn't think. Of course she's gonna sign it.
Now, my question is, do you sign it as your alias, or do you sign it as you?
She's already. I think whenever she's in the building, her brain is just like it's full trauma mode. She's Lily Leaf because if she was Audie Amp, she would be having a breakdown.
Okay, just double checking before.
That would be very funny. But no, she's not comfortable enough.
Okay, so you sign it as Lily.
Mhm.
And so the meeting starts as it very quickly involves very, very classified information on development of new pharmaceuticals and cyberware. But on the pharmaceutical side, they're working on a serum to induce cyberpsychosis consistently in order to use them as either sleeper agents in private military or systems and or corporate espionage and or sabotage of setting someone up with some sort of cyberware that can administer a dosage as a kill switch that would trigger a cyberpsychosis episode.
All right. Yeah, I think for the most part, Audie is literally just doing her job because that's all she needs to do right now.
One of the other executives that you don't ever get the name of mentions ethical
Mhm.
concerns, and everyone just sort of laughs.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Audie specifically writes that as ethical concerns and then in parentheses, LOL.
Okay. Oh, he's gonna love reading these notes later. So, going back down to the basement as all of this is going on, you hear the roar of the engine of the car that in the shared audio at this point, as you exactly know what the Orem 5 is. Literally a misnomer of the name, as it should be the Orem 6, as there's only 6 in the world. But yeah. So what are you guys doing here in the basement? With all of you guys in the same spot. Medical has come at this point and taken Benjamin away.
Are we by ourselves down here?
So Dr. Grace and Garcia has left at this point, leaving Dr. Mal, Ziri, Lou, and Yui all together here.
Just be chewing on a cigar and be like, I don't know what's going on here, but I think we need to report this to I forget the lady's name. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to report that the person setting
I think you're
Benjamin up was this admin.
Yeah, the lady that you're looking for the name to report to. Her name was Mara. If memory serves, Mara Nguyen.
All right. What exactly happened, to your knowledge?
Zero, at this point, you are also out of the dive at this point, so you're able to, if you're back.
Seems like Benjamin, who we originally thought was behind all the Netrunner disappearances, seems like he was just getting framed for all of it really this admin assistant. Forget her name. Is it Tara or
The mean one.
Mara. Yeah.
Okay.
no? It is Tara. Mara is our
Oh,
link with
gotcha.
the mob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
The one that was bullying Audie.
Right.
Got it.
Yep.
Hey, y'all have access to records and stuff, right?
Right.
Did you see about getting me her address?
Getting you what? Sorry.
Her address.
Uh,
Boss might be interested in that. Now, if you have to go pull in that file, like, and it gets tagged, don't even worry about it. We don't want to be raising
that's
heads.
what I'm
but-
worried about.
Yeah.
Well, what's the next step here? Do we want to call Mara, or do we want to report her to Garcia?
I mean,
Maybe
why not?
get ourselves some more brownie points to
Why
climb the
not
ladder?
both? Yeah, why not both? Like when we go home tonight, we
check
can,
in.
talk to who we need to talk to, but also tell your boss. Because if you don't, somebody's possibly going to go through that footage, find out, and then it's going to look like you all were negligent.
Right.
Yeah, let's
Yui.
call Mara first, though.
Yui,
Yes.
give me a perception check, because you're sort of standing by the desk.
Too good perception.
Oh, is this just
Just
Yui?
Yui there right now, just from where they're standing.
13.
You see the night shift's credentials laying on the desk.
Is there any cameras? Can I see if the night shift guy ever came in or left?
Well, you swapped out with him when he came here. He just it looks like he forgot his credentials on the desk when
okay.
he left.
Am I able to use his credentials to pull a file?
You absolutely could.
I'll pull Tara's file.
Perfect.
All right, easily enough, you're able to get to the archive area and pull that. You do get an address in the executive city. They call them beaver towns, which are large mansions set aside for well-off executives.
All right. Well, it looks like we got a few things to do here.
Yep. Go ahead and go talk to your boss about what's happened. They're probably going to be very interested and very grateful somebody caught that.
I will head back to the security. Or well, I guess we're already there. We can call Garcia down.
Okay.
Probably don't want to be here, Mel, so she's not confused or suspicious.
Well, as the responding medical official that y'all called, I think I'll stick around just to let her know, like, medically what happened to the patient.
Fair enough.
Okay. So with that, as you call Garcia back down, why don't we take our intermission here? Take a few minutes, and we'll go from there. Okay, take about 10 minutes and come on back.
Sure.
All right, hello and welcome back, everyone. We actually stayed within 10 minutes today, so that is a, first. But we are here for Cyberpunk once again. So you guys had just called down Ramirez. So many names right now. I'm juggling.
Garcia.
Yeah, Security Chief Garcia to come down. The elevator dings open, and she's like, "I just got back to my office, and you already called me back."
This is pretty important here. I will go to like queue up the video of her leaning over Ben's pod.
Time out real quick. We were gonna call Mara first before we did that.
Mal had suggested not calling Mara until after we leave.
Yeah, I don't think it makes that much of a difference, probably.
All right.
So she looks at it, and she has very thin, pursed lips at this point. She looks at both Lou and Yui. Well, it looks.
Another thing to mention is the other Netrunner had to save him from giant. I think a demon is what the Netrunners call him.
That's not great. She looks over to Ziri.
Did I get out of the dive?
Yeah, you're out of the dive. She looks to you and she says, "Can you go in to Benjamin's chair and take a look at it for me, please? See if there was anything that she did, or if there's any log of anything being tampered with on his chair."
Yeah, okay.
Be careful. Be careful.
She looks over to Mal. "Stay on standby here, just in case."
Yeah, we'll do. I don't know if we've like properly met, but Maya, and they offer out their hand.
Security Chief Garcia, and she takes your hand in a very firm handshake.
So am I diving in his chair, or?
She wants you to either plug in and do a diagnostic, or just to do an outward diagnostic to see if there's any tampering with. But she suggested going in and finding the log on the chair of if anything was inserted or tampered with.
Yeah, I can like. Yeah, I'll do a diagnostic on it. I'll plug in and do a diagnostic.
The hand that Mal shakes with has a biomonitor embedded in it, and I am going to scan them for cyberware.
Okay. Is that like an automatic thing, or is there a roll that you need to do?
It would very likely be a roll, because the biomonitor has like generalized functions, nothing like concrete specific.
So this will be a cyberware check.
All right.
Or cyber tech check, sorry.
Yep. Let's see, do I have any levels in that? I don't. So is cyber tech a tech skill?
Yes.
All right, so that's just going to be a +6. So that is going to be a 12.
You get the fact that she definitely has some muscle enhancements, and one of her arms is completely cybernetic.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. She nods, and Ziri, give me a interface check here real quick.
Okay. That's an 11.
11. All right, so you're able to get in. And now give me a... This will be, I believe, an ID check.
ID check.
So this will be... I just had it, and then I lost it, because Discord has been really funky with me anymore. No, so this is going to be a Pathfinder check. So this is going to give me an interface plus your...
D10.
Yep.
That's an 8.
An 8, okay. You're able to find the logs very quickly of the jacking in, jacking out, and anything that's going there. At this point, now give me an ID.
Okay. D10 plus okay. So that's a 15.
15. You start looking through the logs as you start seeing, as you start looking, the logs are starting to move away from you, almost like a old Star Wars opening credits scene. As you follow the look of this, you follow it up and up as you see some sort of creature sitting there eating the logs, destroying them. If you are familiar with Digimon, this looks like a Caramon from like the Digimon movie eating all the data, just slurping it up like a noodle.
I am not familiar with Digimon.
I got you.
Translate that to Pokemon, please.
Little ghosty guy. Hold on. I've got you. Don't worry.
Ah, I see.
I'm gonna put that. Where is? So just this here. Let me copy image. I'm gonna post it in the game time chat for exactly sort of what you see. That was a great movie of the 90s. But you see this thing just eating the data. What do you do?
There's something I can do about that. Probably need to stop him from eating the data.
Might be Oh, you found a GIF of it. Cool. I mean, you can attack it. You can try to do something. It definitely seems to be some sort of virus.
Give it a little zap.
Okay. Roll me an interface check.
7.
It just throws up a hand in a sort of blocking gesture as your zap just hits the palm of its hand and dissipates as it continues to slurp up the data logs.
I know.
You still have 2 more net actions. What are you doing?
I'll sword.
Okay. Roll me to hit. You can add a 1 and your interface.
That's 14.
Yeah, roll me 3d6. As that'll hit.
That's 9 points of damage.
All right, as it gets dissipated, as you slice through it in half with the sword, you see the data damaged. The data logs damaged, but still semi-readable. The data logs for the last week and a half have been destroyed, but you have saved the data for today and the last 24 hours. By the time you got to this.
And look at those.
All right, so looking at this, you see evidence of someone coming in and tampering with the machine, tampering with the security wall, the firewall, and then also removing the safeties off of this chair for the temperature control and temperature regulators. The cooling system is also been tampered with and is down.
Am I able to fix those? Now that I moved the...
This is more of a mechanical fix.
Okay.
She has put in a virus program that has damaged it physically, to the point where it has damaged itself and needs an actual physical part replacement. Well, that's what you gather from that.
Alright. I'll safely eject and relay that information.
Okay.
Do we have any caution tape to put on this chair specifically? This needs very needs some repairs. It's been heavily tampered with. It's not safe.
I'm sure we can find something of the like.
We shouldn't.
Do we
use
have
it.
do we have any footage? Can we look through the last 24 hours camera and see any other visitors to that chair?
Yeah, you do have access to those logs and video logs at the desk that you was at.
Give it a look.
I do hate to interrupt, but if none of y'all plan to go diving back into the dangerous chair that almost melted a man, I would like to get back to my actual job.
I have no objection.
No
All right.
objections.
Glad I could help. Again, if any of y'all need me again, because you decide to play around with that chair some more, I'll be happy to come on down. Maya, again, is the name. Hopefully I won't need to see any of y'all. And Mal will just go.
Okay. Mel, just out of curiosity, you can message me this personally. What level of cyberpsychosis are you at?
I was actually talking about it off stream, so I don't mind announcing what I'm at. So I'm at like the first level. I'm at 25 current humanity.
Okay.
So like I'm just towing the line a little bit.
Yeah, so nothing too terrible, but okay. Just checking. So at this point, you head back up to your job, Audie. You are getting back from a very clandestine lunch that there was a lot of talk of things that you definitely should not be hearing.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're on the way back, you get a chirp from, or you hear Alexander's agent starts going off.
Mm-hmm.
And as he's driving, he looks over at you. Can you get that for me, please, while I'm
of course.
driving?
Yeah, we'll blop at it. Get it all going. Speaker, I assume.
Yeah, so you just hear, Alexander, this is Security Chief Garcia. We've had a situation come up. Your head assistant, who did not clock in today, was seen on camera footage messing with a chair in the basement. Looking into more details, but does not look good.
Audie doesn't even look surprised, right? Like, she just goes, looks away out the window.
You just see him purse his lips and... Alright. I'll put things into motion. And he just... You hear, okay, as the line goes dead. He sort of looks side-eye at you, Audie. Hey, looks like there's going to be room for a promotion. Are you looking to be, to step up the ladder? You've proved yourself pretty well today.
Well, I'm glad you think so. I mean, if you'll have me.
Oh, yes.
I think as soon as Audie says that, like, her brain is screaming, frothing at the mouth, shaking, raging. But it's, it's the same goofy little head empty smile.
So with a smile, he's like, all right, well, your first matter of business here is contacting the downsizing department and organizing the repossession of company assets from your
Oh
predecessor.
god. Okay. But he just nods.
Do this and you have the job.
Of course.
As he guns the engine on the car much faster than he was.
Woo!
As you can feel
I think that just comes out entirely unprompted. It's like, oh, sorry. That was just kind of fun.
He just sort of slight smile, but you see he's definitely distracted by something.
Mm-hmm. Does it seem like the car ride has time for Audie to ask? Or are we just gunning for it and I should
You can ask
let
him,
it
you
be?
can ask him any questions that you'd like.
Yeah.
He's just, you see he's a bit distractible right now.
Are you okay? I know it's probably not my business, but...
I'm more upset than surprised.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you friends?
You could say that.
Oh.
It's not every day that you have to fire your ex-wife.
Oh! Oh. That sounds like a situation. If I can do anything to help. I mean, besides the downsizing thing. Like as a person. Because that seems rough.
It is a little bit. Well, hopefully the repossession isn't too traumatic. I hate to have to explain to the children that their mother isn't coming home.
Oh. Yeah. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh, one way or another, I shouldn't be paying alimony by the end of the day.
Yeah. It'll be okay. And then I think against every bone in Audie's body, right? Because at the end of the day, Audie is just a happy little bean who wants to, be nice to people around her, even if she hates them as a principal. It's a very, small, genuine little smile before she kind of goes about waiting to get back to do downsizing stuff.
Okay. Yeah, so you eventually will get back and back to your desk. There is a list of contacts and a little digital Rolodex that you have that simply downsizing and HR are boldly in red. Nothing else is.
Yeah. We're gonna contact... We were told to contact downsizing and HR, so we're going to if they're different things, we're contacting downsizing first.
All right, so you contact downsizing and you just hear a woman's voice. Downsizing department, what do I have the occasion for the call?
Oh, hi. Mr. Harrison told me to call you about a Miss Tara, and then I assume her last name is Harrison, right? If they're ex.
Not anymore, actually.
Oh, fun.
But you just... I was wondering when he would call down for her.
Yeah. Is there any other information you need from me, or?
Nope. It'll be done by end of day.
All right. Have a good day. It's nice to meet you.
The line just goes dead.
Yeah.
He just gave execution orders.
Just pauses for a moment. Probably feels really uncomfortable with herself.
Audie, roll me a die 6.
Okay. Oh god. Okay, well that is technically a die 6. That's a 1.
You'll lose 1 point of humanity for ordering an execution.
I really like that this is what gets her and not actively killing people. That's really funny to me. I need you guys to know this.
That's funny to all of us.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So, at this point, the day is starting to get a bit later. Lou, you're able to start going through all of the cameras as you find the video logs of the last 24 hours that are still up after the virus attack. You see there was definitely Terra that came through and was actively sabotaging the stuff.
Mhm. Can we? I would ask you to help because he's probably better at the camera stuff than I am. Let's see if we can trace her through her path. Was her visit like in the middle of the night kind of thing? Like
It was
some
very early morning.
I've done that already.
Okay.
Yeah, and you were able to later on in the day go back
Did
up.
she interact with anybody else that
We can
that
only
might
see
be?
her this four is the thing. We can go up to the main security room, try to track her through the whole day, but I don't.
That is something you could do.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I meant. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't realize we couldn't do it from here though. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So you guys check out the videos up top.
I'll stay here with Z. I don't want to leave her alone if she's trying to do her job.
Alright, I'll head up there.
Okay. So you head up there. Yui, and you see that there is Security Officer Garcia sitting there, and she's just got the bridge of her nose pitched, as she's just sort of blankly looking at the cameras while filing paperwork.
Have you tried to see where Tara went the whole day yet?
I've been looking actually. She appears to have come in, and then the cameras lose sight of her past the lobby. She reappears down in the basement. The elevators show logs that the elevators have gone up and down. But I can't. As soon as she's in the lobby, she disappears. We haven't formally released any of the cyberware that causes that. The chameleon skin, so I don't know how she's doing this.
I have no idea either. How is the search for the chameleon skin person going anyway?
They were executed this morning by Max Tech.
Oh, that's good at least. Could she have gotten to the tech somehow?
It's possible. I don't know if she could, but it's possible maybe she's bribed someone there that... To get it...
Maybe someone's seen something through the lobby. I'm not sure where else to check.
That is a good question.
Yeah, human resources will probably take care of her from here.
Yes. Anyway. Yeah, just got I heard that downsizing is on it, so they're going to repossess any company assets that she has, and, well, it's a bit of a grisly affair.
Curious to see what that turns up.
Yes. Me too. As you see, the cameras are on loop from the event, and you literally watch as you see her entering the facility, disappearing as soon as she gets into the lobby, and then reappearing down through the elevator doors.
Do I like see her disappear, or is she just like on one camera and then not on the next?
She literally blinks out of existence halfway through the a frame.
Do the cameras have like time lapses?
They do.
Or timestamps, I mean.
Yeah, so the timestamps, they add up. The problem with it, though, is it seems as if maybe the elevator opening down in the bottom seems much too soon for the many elevator rides you've taken so far from when she disappeared.
I'll point this out to Garcia and say, looks like some missing footage here.
I've checked the integrity of it and the footage and everything's there. Maybe some speedware?
I don't know about any speedware that speeds up an elevator.
Interesting. It just gets odder and odder.
She has to have someone helping her. Unless she's been in the security booth.
Let me see. She clicks a few buttons and the cameras shift over to the booth that you're currently standing in. And you see both you and Garcia sitting there looking at the cameras as the camera focuses on you. She starts rewinding the time. And as soon as she hits about the footage time where she was walking into the lobby, the footage goes dark of where you're at.
Who was working at that time?
And let me see as she pulls up her logs. Looks like it was a shift change actually at that point. It should have been Jenkins or and Donald's. They both they were switching out the shifts right then and there.
I want to call them in for question.
Yeah, they're currently at home at the moment, but when they get in, we'll definitely have to ask them some questions. I don't want to spook them if anything is up.
Right. Have you sent anyone to check Tara's house yet?
Not yet. I don't want to put anyone in the way of any of the repossession agents the company sends out when they're downsizing.
Fair enough. Well, I guess that's all I have for now.
Keep up the good work.
Appreciate it. Let's head back down to where everyone, or back downstairs.
As you start to walk down, she calls out, "By the way, let the runner downstairs know that Benjamin woke up briefly and asked to talk with her."
I'll let her know.
Appreciate it. As she goes back to her investigation, you head back down.
Zero would have heard that anyway.
Yep. So Zeri, during this time, you found out that all of the chairs have been sabotaged equally, like this one. By the way.
Holy shit!
And you put two and two together that might actively be why they've had such a big burnout rate on netrunners, because they've literally been burning out due to faulty safety issues on the chairs.
Well, that's a problem.
Um, Lou is going to buzz Yui before he gets down, and say, hey, talk to Garcia and see if see who's in charge of maintaining the chairs, and that might be the accomplice.
Okay.
And perhaps scrub back footage to see if not, if there were any like odd hours that maintenance kept, or if, of course, Tara had visited other occasions to be able to sabotage things. Might have to go back a month or so.
Go back in and ask Garcia. Is anyone in charge of maintaining the chairs, or is that just the net themselves jobs, or is there even anyone assigned to do that regularly?
Usually, it's up to the netrunners to maintain day-to-day upkeep. We do have a maintenance department that does do things like that as well when things break beyond repair. That would, I believe, be Jenkins.
So for like when somebody burns out, would that be an occasion where a chair is affected and someone has to come repair it?
Is there any reason the maintenance of the chairs hasn't been checked on recently?
It's a good question. Let me check the logs. And she pulls up the maintenance logs and stuff like that, and she just sort of purses her lips.
Literally every chair down here is sabotaged.
Yes. She just sort of purses her lips, and she's like, well, actively, all of the Netrunner deaths have been attributed to black ice deaths, not faulty mechanisms. So if there wasn't a reason documented for burnout, then no, maintenance never would have been called, actually.
I assume that's just more of Tara's work in the logs then.
Very well could
Covering
be.
her tracks, yeah.
But I will have maintenance to come down and work on the chairs. God, we're in a bit of a pickle here because we need someone monitoring the situation down there in the net. But unfortunately, if the chairs aren't safe.
Right. Well, we just had that thought.
Appreciate it. Keep up the good work.
Still, we need to interview Jenkins, though. Maybe send him down to Bolt, because he's going to come work on the chairs immediately, right?
I don't know if he had anything to do with it, if they haven't even been on the chairs. And
yeah, you see the maintenance logs. The chairs haven't had scheduled maintenance in at least 4 months.
Wow. Who would have thought Arasaka?
So Ziri, are you going up to speak with Benjamin, or are you just staying down in the basement?
I'm going up to speak to Benjamin, yeah.
All right. So you get brought up into the medical wing on one of the upper floors of the building, as it takes a sizable amount of clearance in order to get in, but because you were requested for by name, you have been added to an exceptions list for a brief period of time. You find yourself at the side of a very sterile but small hospital bed and room. You see Benjamin sitting there hooked up to a bunch of different wires and tubes and the like. As you see, he is just barely on the edge of consciousness. You see his eyes fluttering open periodically and then shutting.
I'll walk to his bed.
You walk to the bed, and a nurse pops her head in. He said that he was looking for you and needed to talk to you.
All right.
I can give him a little bit of an accelerant to wake him up if you need.
If that's alright, yes.
She nods and comes back a minute with some medicine that she puts into the IV. As she does this, she's like, "You know, this shortens his lifespan, right?"
Mm, I didn't. You
Well, just
That
wanted to
would
let you
have been-
know as she walks out of the room.
could have told me that in the big. Typical. Anyways.
But you see his eyes flutter open for a moment as he's... Hey, Jim, there you are.
Hey,
Hey,
I was told you wanted to see me specifically.
yeah. As you can see, I'm not having much fun here.
Yeah, no.
God, my head feels like I've been hit with a baseball bat 17 times.
Yeah, that's what overclocking will do, yes.
So, just because you saved me, I thought I'd do you the courtesy of letting you know and not going any further with it. I know who you are. I looked into your credentials. Didn't add up. Your backstory and everything just wasn't fully... It just seemed too good. I found some inconsistencies in the files and the like. It was very hard to figure out. I don't think most people would. Then I looked through the rest of the company files at all the recent new hires. And I found a group of individuals that don't seem real. And I did some digging and cross-referenced images. Needless to say, you saved my life, so whatever you and I'm assuming your accomplices are up to, I'm in. I want out.
What? You want out?
Yeah. I don't want to work here anymore. We're not having fun anymore. I've watched my friends die over and over again. I've watched my girlfriend die. And corporate's been sabotaging us.
Yeah, that seems to be common problem.
Whatever you're working for, tell them if they need someone, I'm in. I don't know if I'll be net running anymore, but Doc says I have some pretty sizable brain damage, and my neural ports are fried.
Yeah. I don't think I would allow you to net run even if you wanted to. That
But
was a bit of damage.
just wanted to let you know, though. And he looks around the room. As you notice, he looks to the surprising lack of cameras in this room. We're in a secure place. This is testing labs. They don't let anyone really in here or record anything just in case they get caught doing something illicit. But I know who you are. And I'm a friend. I'm not going to let anyone know. A life for a life, eh?
Yeah.
As he just sort of falls back into that loose coma that he was in when you came in.
Phew.
By the way, everyone heard this over the comms.
Oh.
Just over the. It's just like, well, appears we have an ally. If he or when he wakes up.
He's gonna need a nickname. We could call him Brain Jelly.
Oh God!
I was
The
thinking,
unfriable.
I was thinking something more like fry. Unfriable sounds good.
I
yes.
cannot express enough how much that man should be dead.
What are we talking about?
Somebody was cooking for like a weird amount of time and is still alive and able to talk.
Oh, what were they making?
We could call him Lobster or something like that.
I love French fries. And then she just goes off the line.
Sorry, I had to just double check the word so I wouldn't butcher it. But when Audie asks what were they making, there is no hesitation. Mal just goes, Mag has.
Oh.
Which,
Oh,
for
I
those
thought
that
you were talking about food.
for those that don't know, Mag has is actually cooked brain.
Oh, God.
Because I heard fry and then I assumed it was French fry. How close are we to finishing the end of the day?
It's getting really late. Your shift is about over.
Okay, yeah. I think Audie's packing up. I think she thinks about going to check on Anderson, but it's like, no, if I stay in here any one more second, I'm going to go ballistic. So she'll start getting ready to head out because she's finished all of her work for the day.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope French fry brain person is okay. I'm going to go where we go to leave.
Yazir will head out towards exiting.
All right.
Who wants to talk to Garcia before he goes off shift? And he's just gonna say, "Boss, I really think I don't know about legalities or nothing, but if I was you, I'd at least get up on the agents of those two security guys that were about to change shift and call them in for interviews for tomorrow or whenever."
It's already on the books. I don't want to spook them. So when they get in, we're gonna have a talk.
Sounds good.
I'm going to stay. I guess just force myself to stay awake and just like keep an eye on the cameras.
Yeah.
Maybe take a little nap here and there.
All right. So you go head back up, and Garcia's still in the camera room, and she looks at you, and she just sort of smiles. She's like, "You want some overtime? You can take it. I think I need to actually get some rest. I've been here for 14 hours now."
Well, with the other two security guards seeming sketchy right at the moment, I figured one of us should stay here.
Appreciate
Oh,
it.
should we both stay? I'm fine to stay as well if there's overtime involved.
Up to you.
I can authorize it for both of you if you'd like.
All right, that sounds good. Yeah, it's probably best. Keep an eye out. Though I don't know, since there are no more net runners currently, how active they might be going down there or anything. But there might be up to some other shit.
So
Who
we
knows?
we have we've put in place right now for the Netrunners down there. We've completely turned on all of the firewalls, and so it's completely locked down until we can get Netrunners in there to damage control. I don't want to risk our only Netrunner that we have currently until we at least have backup for them. But I'm going. She sort of gives a big stretch and yawn. I'm going to get some sleep. I'll be back early. She just grimaces at that. If you need,
We'll be here.
appreciate it. If you need a rest, there is a guard's room just on the perimeter that does have some bunks. If you need a rest for sleep,
Cool.
Try not to need me. As she just sort of walks out.
So, are we now the only security guards in like the main room?
Yeah, you're the only security guards right now in the video booth or the camera booth, the main brains of all of it.
The bubble.
Yeah, the security bubble.
Would I be
Well.
able to figure out where like the million experiment went on?
You give me a. This will be a. Let's see here. This will be a library check. Just sort of going through the files and stuff like that.
I got a 6. I will use luck points to increase that. So let's just say 5.
Okay. So you said a 5 total?
No, so 12.
12. Okay. You do find with a bit of creative searching. It takes you a few tries, but you do find that with your security clearance that you have and the like, that you do find that it is in some of the upper floors on actually the same lab that Dr. Mal is stationed in.
Alright. Lou, if you wouldn't mind staying here and making sure nobody's watching me on the cameras, I could go try to do some snooping.
Yeah, you got it. I'll stay on the booth.
I'm gonna go up to that lab.
Okay.
The important question, though, is are there any donuts? I know Leonard is no longer here, but is there anybody that was kind enough to bring donuts?
There is no donuts.
Sad boy.
Okay. So
I just follow Huey on the cameras wherever he goes.
yeah, so
Keeping an eye on that.
you head up to the expected floor, As you see, yet again, the cameras are following you very, very clearly. As you can see that you're being tracked. Uh,
Wait a minute. I paused for a second. You know what? We can clear it later.
Oh, did you not want me to track you? Or
Well, I did it first, but now that I'm thinking about it, that's a log of me walking
if
while
anything,
moving.
yeah. All right, so I won't follow you then, but I will keep track. Like I won't track him with the cameras, but I will watch when he passes. If he does, um, if he appears on a specific camera for any reason, um, if I have any way to affect that, then I would do that without potentially. Ooh. Here's a question: did Garcia log out?
she did, yes.
We still have the credentials of the
Of
other
course.
guy. We can just delete the logs.
Oh,
As,
yeah.
we have to. So I say keep following me for now. So
Oh, okay.
I can take him out later. For watching my back.
All right, so you guys continue forward. You eventually get to the floor. You see that you see the checkpoints there, and with your security clearance, it allows you to simply just pretty much walk through until you get to the main labs for the most part. Uh, you get a pop up asking requires two-part verification. Present security clearance on top of science clearance.
Mm. Is it possible to have Mal send like his foe through, or does he?
I mean, it's definitely possible.
We'll message Mal, ask him for some credentials so I can get in there.
Mal doesn't respond.
All right. Let's see. Would I know where like a lab, like, do they have rooms for the lab techs like they do guards where they can sleep there?
They do, yeah. They have a live on facility. The floor below.
I will go there with some quietly to make sure I'm not waking up anybody up that might be in there.
Okay. So you head down and give me a stealth roll while you're doing this.
Seven plus, let me see where my stealth skill is. It's a 19.
19, all right. You're able to, quiet as a mouse, move through. So you find yourself, you see there's about four individuals that are currently sleeping here for the night. Completely quiet. Soft snoring a little bit.
I assume I would know what I needed to like get in there. Was it like a badge or like their agent?
Yeah, it's going to be a badge.
Okay. We'll just look around, see if anybody's like left theirs lying around somewhere, like on their nightstand or something like that.
Yeah, you see there's one person that has it's sort of, they have foot lockers here instead of nightstands. And on the top of their foot locker, they have a very neatly folded uniform. On top of that is their badge, just very ever so neatly placed upon it.
I will swipe the badge and just place it in my pocket, but as quick as I can.
Okay. You do that. Person rolls over on their bed. Starts to snort again.
Head back towards that door.
Alright, you get back to the elevator or stairwell, your choice, and get to the next floor. And you go back up to the floor. You see both, yet again, the two-factor authorization required. Do you present
Go ahead and go through.
Yep. Alright. So you present both of them. The door slides open. As you walk in, you see a very sterile looking environment for the most part. This place seems to be very very much a sterile environment. You see everything is neat, perfectly cleaned. The smell of different chemicals for cleaning definitely hit your nose first and foremost, on top of the smell of oddly like something burning.
Try to investigate the burning smell if I can.
Yeah, so following the smell of the burning, you find yourself looking at one of the incinerator rooms that I don't know if Mal has told anyone about.
Okay. Would I have any idea of what that is, or just?
It's very clear what the room is for. It seems to be have been recently cleaned.
So am I just in the room that Mal was in before?
Essentially. So the labs look like, for the most part, you see high-tech machinery, you see surgical tables, robotic arms, and computerized diagnostic equipment all over the place in the main area of this. The labs are... you see rows of shelves containing various types of cyberware, ranging from simple neural implants to advanced full-body conversions. Shelves are carefully labeled and organized, and the cyberware is stored in sterile containers to prevent contamination. You also see these incineration chambers also seem to be testing chambers as well. As you see logs written not on data pads but on paper that just says failure, failure, failure. Test 31B, failure. Test 31C, failure. Test 31C, partial success. Addendum, failure.
I assume there's no successes anywhere.
Upon your fifth testing room, looking through here, you do see one success.
It's gone.
And the room is empty, by the way. You see it says test subject 75Z. Test subject adult male 31. And gives the rest of his measurements. Experiment classification, cyberpsychosis, kill switch. Success.
I'm gonna take pictures and document the all this stuff.
Okay.
I don't see any actual test subjects still alive, do I?
Not currently, no.
Okay.
But as you're walking through, give me a perception check.
19.
19, okay. With that 19, you think you hear a slight whimpering from what appears to be a wall. Upon closer look, you do see that there are slight seams in the wall that looks like it might be a hidden compartment or hidden wall.
Well, like,
Is he still on camera, by the way?
And here, no, there are.
Can I see what?
The cameras have
Okay.
run out of.
But we're still on audio connection, right?
Yes. Yep.
So as soon as he goes off camera, I'm going to tell him, okay, you're off camera, so we only have audio.
got it. I will just like feel around on the wall, see if there's it's just like a press release to open or something like that.
So looking around, you do find there is a release button on a nearby table. Just based off of your perception check that you had a minute ago.
Weird. Warily open the door to get ready to protect myself if I have to.
Yeah, so it slides. The door slides open as you see Tara bound and gagged, huddled up in the corner of the room in nothing but a lab gown. You see very clear marks of surgery upon her body.
We'll walk over and remove the gag.
As she's... Are you here to kill me?
I'm just here to find out what happened.
I've been... God, I don't feel right. I don't...
Don't exactly look right.
She weakly looks over her body and just winces. I have a feeling I was fired and all of the company bought tech has been repossessed. She sort of slurs her voice as she's saying this.
You know why you got fired, don't you?
I have my suspicions.
I will, I'm gonna take out my speed heal and inject it into her.
So you inject the speed heal into her. She lets out a shriek of pain as you see the surgery marks that she has start to heal up quite quickly, as you see the bones in the arms and the legs, and even parts of her torso that have the surgery mark don't seem to be they seem like things have been taken out but not put back in, and so they are not in the proper shape of what they should be.
So why were you trying to sabotage this whole operation?
Does it matter? I'm dead anyways.
Matters to me. I think you'd want to do a little more harm if you could. No, like wink at her.
Give me a persuasion check.
Finally.
That was a very good finally.
And then I roll a 1. I'm like 9. I'll use 2 more luck. Get it.
Okay. Let's use your luck points. just sort of looks up to you and I've been trying my damnedest. My ex, Mr. Harrison, it's really screwed me over in the divorce. Decided to keep me on board. I ended up being in a position where I could do a little damage to him. Rocklin Augmentix. Augmentix.
What does that mean?
I made a deal with them. Get them the information. Take down the defenses of the Netrunners. Allow them to get into the system soon. Leave a hole, as it were. They want the information on the cyberware that we're developing.
Assume that's the camouflage cyberware.
One of them. There's a few really
Cyber psycho shit.
There's a few interesting ones that are a bit
You end up with invisible cyber psychos.
They're mostly interested in the chameleon skin cybernetics on top of a kill switch we've been working on.
Wherever they, you know where they would have put your cyberware once they took it out of me?
No idea. Usually repo. I don't know, they're quite elusive actually. Calls are usually very brisk and brief with them.
If I try to get you out of here, will you help us? I'm trying to do something similar to what you're doing.
Well, if it keeps me alive, I have a feeling that I won't be living to see the week. Anyways.
Well, you can take down as much of them with you as you can if you want, or I can make it quick too if that's what you want.
I'd rather like to live and get my children out of from underneath the thumb of my axe.
Alright. At this point, I'd say you know this place better than I do. You have any idea how we could get you out of here?
Well, short of manipulating the cameras and going out one of the side doors, you still have the security checkpoint to deal with outside. But as your security, you might be able to do something about that.
Yeah, let's get around there. I got the cameras.
Yeah. camera. I guess we can just throw her like in the back of the car. I will. I guess we can call the car to meet us like at the side door.
Okay. You call the car, and as you get there and maneuver all the cameras and the like, you are able to get her out.
Bring her back to the
So-
bar, I guess.
So there's no record of that happening on camera, right? Or do I need to go erase it?
So if as soon as she gets back into the camera zone with you guys, you would have to erase that.
Okay, so I'd be using the badge that we got from whoever the poor bastard is that we stole it from, and I would go through and erase all the footage of her escaping with Yui.
Okay.
So
Yes, Audie.
Tara is brought out to the car where Audie and Zer are waiting.
You guys, I think at this point would have gone home because they stayed late.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Audie's getting trashed at the bar. Probably a bit concerningly. That's not important right now. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay, what are the rest of you guys doing during this as well?
Mal is deeply disassociating. Just kind of like in a booth at the bar, just staring a bit.
Hey Mel, do you want a drink?
Roll
Are you
with
make you a
me.
fun
Yeah.
one?
Does not respond. He does not seem to even hear.
Okay, I'm gonna make you a fun one. Do you want a fun one, sir? I'm gonna make you a fun one too, okay? And she's gonna make everybody drinks. Because this is totally normal. And then she's gonna give a drink to Sir. And then she's gonna sit a drink to Mal. And then she's just gonna sit there. She's watching. What you thinking about?
It takes him like a full like couple seconds to like blink a few times rapidly, then look to her. And there's I don't know if you've ever seen somebody get pulled out of this dissociative state, but oftentimes
Yeah.
there's like a flash of anger with that as they're like
Yeah,
confused, right?
yeah.
And like it's clear across his face, and then like there's a moment of processing, and he's like coming back to like reality.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you know, I don't even know how to get into it. A lot.
Do you need a hug?
Nah, I think I'm all right.
Okay. Well,
Thank
maybe
you,
a
though.
fun drink. If you need to talk about anything.
Thank you. No, I think I'm good. I was just a bit lost.
Oh, me too. But I think that's normal for me.
You know, kinda, yeah, but we love you for it.
Why were you lost? I mean, you're here. I think you're here. You're in the bar. And then she like
mentally.
touches Mal to make sure that he's here.
I meant mentally, Audie.
Oh. Bad memory?
I suppose something like that.
Oh. Yeah, that's why we're drinking. Go ahead and drink. And then she'll drink her thing.
Yeah, he'll start drinking as well.
I put an umbrella on it, so it's extra happy.
Yeah, it's very fancy.
You can't be sad when you have a silly little umbrella.
You know, honestly, I think more people should carry silly little umbrellas then.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's what we're doing. At what point does Yui come back to the bar with Tara? Or like, what's happened with Zer? I'm curious.
Yeah, Zeri, what's going on with you? What are you doing here?
I do not know if they are alive anymore.
Oh no.
I had my mic muted.
Oh no!
I don't know. I'm sipping the drink that Audie gave me.
For clarification, I need you guys to know this is not a good drink mix. I think Audie just put together all of the names she likes. This tastes god awful.
Okay.
Amazing.
Mizu's just thinking.
I can't believe that they decided to stay over there. Do you think they're getting in their brains?
I mean, you know, I was going to say maybe, but if I remember correct, Lou kind of really hates Arasaka.
They'll do that sometimes. You know, they'll like put stuff in your food. We shouldn't have been eating there. Oh my gosh.
Do they put stuff in your food?
Oh yeah. It's something they would do at the talent program. For dinner, cause it's better if you don't question things. Kind of like put you in a daze, you know?
It's just a few blinks from Mal. It's like he's doing the math here, like the dots are starting to connect. That maybe Audie wasn't always this empty-headed, and that, you know, long-term exposure to something that puts you into a daze might just fuck up the brain. I see.
Apparently, I'm gonna be a big assistant now. I don't think I can keep doing. I think after this week is over, Lily Lee is going to die. Very
Nods.
because if I keep being there, I am going to go crazy, like super duper crazy.
I can't say I understand entirely. I've actually been slipping into this job real well. Not,
Don't do that! Don't do that! It's dangerous. She's like pat, aggressive pat.
I mean, not that it's something I'd want to keep. It's a bit mundane. I don't know if I can do the same thing every day, but I mean, doing it for a week's no problem.
Oh, did you manage to find out anything about Vega Voltage? Rubus?
Kinda. Yeah.
Did you get to talk to him?
No.
Oh.
No. Apparently he overdosed on something that was real fucking strong.
Oh. You know what? Good for him. I think that's probably how he'd want to go.
Honestly, from what very little I know, it sounds like it. But like when I checked him over, there was an ungodly amount of dopamine in his system. For a very brief moment, that man was God. The amount of dopamine that was in his system.
I killed Tara today.
You killed Tara today.
That's a great segue for Yui to come into the bar with Tara in tow.
She is still, by the way, like, I do not trust her.
She's still what?
Still, like, handcuffed.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'm not just, like... Yeah, I still don't trust her at all.
Mal, like, I like to imagine that Mal has like a view of the door as they come in. Mal blinks a little bit and then just goes, Audie, you're really bad at killing folk. I'll finish the job.
Probably.
He stands up and starts walking towards them.
Oh god!
I will immediately take her to that cell that we have in the bar for some reason. That's where she's going.
Now what?
Yui, the fuck is this?
That is really weird. Yeah, in the bar you do have a cell in the bar.
Yeah.
I just realized that.
So above table, is Lou's still on shift, right?
Yeah.
So we didn't just bail. So he's in the bubble, and I don't know if I'm hearing any of this or what's transpiring.
You're hearing the audio, yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to check. And Yui, are you coming back to shift, or are you after you chat or whatever?
Probably shouldn't.
Okay, I'll just say that you went home then.
So, Yui? Fuck's this? What is she doing here?
Well, we need a way to sabotage, right? Sure she's got something that could help us.
Hasn't she been burned? Like, I'm pretty sure all of her credentials, everything is fucking gone.
Everything but her body.
Right, so what fucking use is that?
Well, I'm sure she knows some things that we don't. She already gave me some information about what was it? Red Logistics, Redfall. What was the name of the logistics company that she said? Just ask her, I guess.
Yeah. Rockland Augmentix.
Augmented, not logistics. Okay.
I think Audie finally realizes what was going on because I think she was like midway through a tangent. Well, like, I mean, I guess probably. I don't really like it, and then like, oh, just silence, just kind of watching like a deer in headlights.
Mal seems to like just stare for a weird amount of time. Right.
I think we should call Mara, do what she wants us to do from here. We have a few ways we could play this now, I think.
I see. All right. Yeah. Call her.
I'll call up Mara and basically relay everything we've done so far. Tell her about Rockland Augmentic, so there's another corp that's trying to sabotage. Do the same thing we're doing, basically.
I
Make
have.
sure she knows about the special cyberware.
I have a very important, totally not loaded question.
Yes.
Does Yui leave the room to make that call?
The like cell room, or
Yeah. Essentially, does Yui leave both Mal and this person that he's brought back out of his sight
I would
while he
say
makes the call?
no, because I stand next to you since I was calling someone we're both trying to talk to.
Yeah, it would make sense. I just wanted to double check.
Not loaded response to my fear that you might just kill them now.
All right. So you call up Mara, and she's like, that information is very, very interesting. Thank you for that. You guys have done more than enough at this point if you would like to back out. It's getting quite heated, it sounds like, there, and if I don't wish to endanger some of our best assets any further.
Yeah, I don't think what I did tonight will go unnoticed, especially since I volunteered to stay late.
Honestly, I might do one more shift.
There's also the matter of Benjamin.
Right. I assume we have his like number or whatever you call that point, right?
Zir would have Benjamin's number as a supervisor.
Mm.
Just chalk that up as another asset. But I don't think I should go back, so it's up to you all. Also, probably more that Adi could do.
I'm in a hot spot if I stick around when she comes back and you're not here, and then when they discover
they
Tara.
don't really know we're connected. I don't.
Yeah.
I know, but I mean, just that we were here in the booth at the same time on the same shit.
Oh, I thought you meant audio.
And then you walked away. So I gotta get the fuck out of here, basically, is what I'm saying.
If you guys think I need to, I can't.
Audie, the last thing we need is you going through some kind of break. I know you're already frothing to get out of there. Don't worry about it.
I think Audie just stays quiet and waits for somebody else to make the choice for her.
What? I don't know. I think one final major blow would just be to take him out, you know. And I think Audie could get him in a location where we could do that. But it's up to her if she wants to do it or not.
He said he wanted to see my show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got an idea for that.
Huh?
Invite him to a show.
Yeah.
Here at the bar. We let Boss know he's coming. The whole crowd works for Boss.
I guess, though, to do that without seeming weird, I would have to work one more day.
I don't know if I'd want to do that here, though.
That's fair. Somewhere that, like, is a controlled environment.
And then Audie just goes to get more drinks.
I mean, get him out in the open, I can snipe his ass.
You might not have to go one more day. You could just say... You could just send him tickets, basically.
Audie's like mid-drink. What? Wait, hold on. Oh, that makes sense.
Just tell him you'll meet him there. You got front row tickets for a last minute show.
Oh, yeah, because he was super sad because he had to... And then she looks at Tara and she just goes silent. Okay.
Tara just looks up. Were you the one that set the repo on me?
Mm-hmm. And then she scurries out of the room to go do whatever she needs to do.
Don't blame you, by the way. I would have done the same to you.
I'm gonna need you to stop talking.
She just closes her mouth.
That's a good girl.
With that said, Audie is going to... Well, first off, I guess they need to decide where Audie's venue is. And that's a Mara thing.
Yeah, we can probably just let them handle all the logistics.
But once it's done, I think Audie will... Because I assume she has some way to contact Harrison as Lily? Maybe? Since she just got the upgrade?
To contact who?
Harrison.
Yeah,
Big boy.
He would have given you his personal agent number.
Yeah. Do we have like a backup agent or something for these other identities? Like a burner?
Yeah, you were given burners.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll let him know that that I was able to use my air quote unquote music connections that definitely exist as Lily, to get invites to a concert from Audie. However, and this is a genuine reminder, as well as a setup. Given Audie's music choice, he might do best to try to really not seem corpo.
Okay.
Because that seems like a bad idea in that crowd.
Just a little bit.
So that's kind of the message. It's basically, I could type out a better message. It's like, here's the tickets. I figured it might help you feel better. I don't know if you want to show up with your usual energy. ...
You just get a message back. Don't worry, got a costume. It's fantastic.
Oh no. Okay.
You better ask what it is. Ask what it is, otherwise we won't know if it's him or not.
Love his enthusiasm.
We're gonna do Pix flushed emoji.
Okay.
I mean, we'll know who it is because he'll be the only one in the room that's not part of our mob.
It's still extra funny though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably mix in some of Audie's actual group.
So
Sell
we're
the vibe.
so where are you guys doing that here? Or you doing that at the
No.
bar, elsewhere?
We'll work with our contact to like pick a controlled environment that's like not that a burner environment, right? Like a warehouse or something, so
Yeah.
that like if he's got a tracker and that's where he goes cold, it's not going to be like on our heads.
Yeah.
Audie's also going to go get her hair dyed. She's free. Give her pink back.
Okay. So that, and let me, if just memory serves, that was tonight, correct? Or are you doing that tomorrow?
Literally whenever
It's
they
already
would
night,
want.
right? So
Yeah, it's early morning at this point.
I guess we can do it tonight then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are we agreed that I need to get the hell out of here? Because
I think we're done there. Yeah. Or
Yeah,
Matt said he wanted
I'm
to
gonna-
go in one more day, right?
I'm gonna
Yep.
wipe all of the footage from the night, and then wipe down everything. Knock over a cup of coffee on the console. Knock over my chair like it looks like I was hit from behind or something. Wipe down all the prints, and then I'm gonna sneak the fuck out of there.
Detonate
Is it
4
a-
bombs.
Detonate what? You want me to detonate what?
Kidding.
Do I have bombs? I mean, I don't have bombs. I have grenades. A couple.
Log
I
the
like how
toilet.
on board we are for this. Like, let's just blow it up too while we're at it.
I don't want to bring other guards to me though. Grenades are not
Yeah.
delayable enough. Well, I guess I could, like special forces rig like a timed, something jerry rigged that it would drop a grenade or something. Perhaps doing that here at the security would be the most appropriate place to do it. Can I make some kind of roll to try and jerry rig a time delayed drop of a grenade?
That would be a. What skill would that be? Roll me a. Well, if you were a tech, that would definitely be a tech skill. But give me for this. This is going to be a demolitions check.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of that. Do I have a under tagged. No, I guess I just have a 4, so don't have any points in it. Let me see. It's a D10. Did I roll? It's an 11 total.
An 11 total. All right.
But you know what? I'll actually burn my luck. Let me see. I don't even remember how much luck I have. I have 6 luck, so I'll make that a 17 jerry rig. I'm trying to place it so it'll do like the most possible damage to the consoles.
Okay, so yeah. You said 11, you said?
No, the total was 17.
Okay, 17 with that.
With the luck expense, yeah.
Yeah, you rig it so at that point, if someone is to, in a way where you have a small trip line attached to the base of the chair that you've been sitting in for a while, and upon pulling the chair out to sit down, we'll pull the pin on the grenade, detonating in this room.
Okay. And then I'm gonna sneak the fuck out of there. And I don't know, is it like a compound, like with walls and that kind of thing?
Yeah, it's a full research compound, so you'd have to go out either over a wall or through the main gate.
I mean, you can probably
And
just walk
being
out of this
security, I could. I could just. Is it like out here in the boondocks though, or is there like city like right?
You're on the edge of the city.
Okay, so would it not be practical to like walk home from here? Theoretically,
I can just drive out and pick you up.
Okay, yeah, meet me outside or whatever outside the gate. I'll just say that I'm headed home.
Okay.
Lily Lee is just gonna call in sick if asking for a reason. Harrison knows. I imagine one would assume the things you need to do as a classical musician to get tickets to a drugged up Audi Amps show is ridiculous.
Okay. So yeah, you call it in the morning. Everyone else is, except for Mal. Mal, it sounds like you were going for one more day. You wanted to?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
was gonna go for like Benjamin.
All right. So Zira, you were gonna go in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the two of you.
Now, before you leave, can I have my drugs back, please? Please, please. Give me.
He gives her drugs back.
Yeah! Okay, I'm going to bed now.
Okay. So, first and foremost, you guys, the two of you get back to the building as there is actually, you get there is, the gate is actually closed, the security gate, as you see they're very, very much letting people in and out as they are fully going through and screening everyone. As you don't see Security Chief Garcia at all, you see that there is. It almost looks like a private military organization that none of you have seen so far sitting at the gates. You also see that there is smoke coming from an open window further up in the building.
You did it. Killed Garcia.
Oh no.
Mal will make sure that his braindance software is entirely off.
Okay.
And try to go in.
Okay. So you guys get to the you guys get to the point where you get to the checkpoint, and they check out your credentials, and they're a lot more scrutinous of this than previous games. However, or not previous games, previous days. However, you are ushered in shortly after.
All right. And Mal goes to report for work right away. Doesn't dilly-dally or anything.
Okay. You start heading up to your areas. You see the area that your workplace. You see Dr. Grace just sort of sitting there, and she's looking quite bothered, honestly. She looks up as you walk in. Welcome back.
Thanks. What the fuck's done happened?
Well, let's see. There was someone had rigged a bomb to go off in the security booth. Security Chief Garcia was seriously, if not critically wounded. We're unsure if she will survive the day. Arasaka has brought in its paramilitary organization to provide security at this point, as a good number of the security forces have not shown up for work today. Let's see here. And let's see, we have now corporate breathing down our neck more than ever. Oh, and Mr. Harrison is MIA because he is, and I quote, preparing for a concert tonight.
What the fuck? So his chief security officer gets blown up, and Harrison decides a concert is more important?
Apparently, he is, rumor has it, pursuing some woman he is interested in.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright.
Not a great career move for him.
No!
Goddamn corpos.
Entirely unrelated. Just a question of curiosity. If I were to turn in my resignation, what is that going to look like for me?
Just put it in the stack with the rest of the staff who put in their resignations today. As she points to on the desk, there is a sizable stack of workers. The bombing, the deaths in the basement, there's been enough weird shit going on here where I've been getting resignations by the handful. Usually there's a debriefing and all that stuff, but even... You're new enough, you don't have any cyberware put in by Arasaka yet, you don't need to go through all of that.
Right.
You might forfeit your paycheck, but that's the only negative you might have.
Honestly, it would suck to lose that, but I don't want to get blown up. Or die because my boss decides a concert's more important than my chief security officer being in danger.
I agree with that. I'm currently... And she looks up to the camera. She's like, you know what, no one's fucking listening anyways. I'm currently job shopping as well. I'm looking to get out of this. Maybe a different company has better prospects.
I mean, shit. I would imagine criminal organizations have better prospects. Are you kidding me? Their bosses at least give a shit.
She laughs like heartily and then stops suddenly. And just looks you dead in the eyes. That sounds like a personal knowledge statement.
I had a job before this, ma'am.
And you passed the criminal check.
I was very good at my job before this, ma'am. I'm a doctor. I'm not the one out there shooting folk. I just patch up the ones that got shot.
Okay. Well, if you wish to finish your shift, you can. If you came to actually drop your resignation in person, I appreciate that. And you may either finish your shift or go home. I don't care at this point.
I get the sense that I might be the only one here to work the shift, and honestly, I'm not going to leave you alone. I'll finish up this shift, but I am turning my resignation and not coming back tomorrow.
That's fine. I can at least respect you taking the time to finish the day. If you need a reference, you can definitely put me down.
Yeah, I mean, I guess same. Like I said, I was good at my previous job. I'm trying to go corpo, but Harrison's not the way.
No, Harrison is just a tail-chasing asshole, if I have to be honest.
Yeah, it's seeming that way. I heard some gossip that his personal assistant was his ex-wife.
Oh, that was common knowledge.
Yeah, but I'm new around here, so it's gossip to me. What the fuck is up with that?
I think it was know your friends but keep your enemies closer sort of deal.
Ah, fucking shite. Yeah, just gives them a whole bunch of power to fuck with shit.
You know, fucking corpos.
Honestly, though, I have literally patched up people who were drugged out of their minds who had more sense than Harrison.
Well, as much as I'd love to remain here and shit talk more,
Yeah, sorry.
I have some very dangerous chemicals that need to be switched, and I don't have an extra set of hands. Would you like to assist me with that?
Yes, I can do that. Hopefully there's no bombs waiting for us.
She just looks nervously back at you. I haven't even considered that.
I mean, typically you don't just leave one bomb around.
Fuck. Do you think we should call security to come sweep through here before we go in?
It might be a good plan.
And you see, you've set her nerves just completely on edge right now. She's like, fine, let me... She punches in a number on her agent and sets a call down to this, or up here.
Yeah.
Ziri.
Yes.
You find yourself, were you heading to the basement, or were you going, trying to go up to the med bay?
Benjamin, yeah, med bay.
Okay. You get up there, and Benjamin is lucid, but not by much. You see part of his face is drooped down, almost as if he's stroked out a bit. Hey.
Hey.
You having fun yet? We like to have fun here. I'm not having fun. I'd like to go home.
Are you able to go home yet?
I don't know. Doc won't really talk to me that much. There was a shaking down in somewhere today. I don't know what it was.
I don't either, but I have suspicions.
I see. I see.
Perhaps when you are feeling better and able to leave, you can come and find me
Yeah.
to see about joining my friends in that.
Yeah. You want my agent number?
Yes, sure.
Hand over your agent, I'll put it in for you.
And she hands up.
You hand it over, and he just sort of sadly giggles to himself and hands it to you. You see the name that he put in for himself is Philip J. Fry. They said it because of the brain damage. You know, I always thought Futurama was a funny show.
Yes.
And you know, Fry's walking brain damage.
Yeah, he is.
Ugh.
Don't push yourself too much.
Oh, not much I can push. You should get out of here. With... I seen someone from security from Sokka Corporate here. If they're here, that means they're going to be starting to go through all the files a bit more intensive. I don't want you and your friends to get caught. You need to get gone.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. I think only one of my friends joined me in coming back today.
Well, I'll find you if I get out of here.
No, but I'll look forward to it.
Fuck. Is there two of you?
No, it's just me.
Okay. Yes, he just
You
sort
should
of
get some-
slumps over and sort of falls asleep while.
Mhm. You get some rest. And she will.
Okay. Alright, what are the rest of you guys doing back at home?
I'm preparing my set list. Audie's full party mode.
Okay.
Has she been allowed to invite, advertise this as a thing for her? Out loud by, Mara and them?
So you were told to advertise it as if it was a real pop-up.
Oh, yeah.
Pop-up.
Audie's
But they have already
excited.
sold out the concert.
Yeah, I think she's going insane with advertising. Because she's excited to be back. She's excited to be crazy again. Very manic Audie hours as she's preparing and advertising. And just being real loud and a nuisance. Preparing a very intense set list.
Okay. Yui? Is there anything that you're doing?
anywhere. I guess I'm just getting ready.
All right, Lou.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, I'd probably party with Audie if that was an invitation. He'd be like just relaxing and
Yeah.
probably drinking some beers.
I mean, if he
He's-
wants to help set up, because Audie wants, and I don't know if he could even help with this because Audie's trying to do it on her own and failing. I refuse to roll for it. She wants this to be loud, and she wants boom. Not violent boom. Just.
I'm not
She
much
doesn't
for
seem to have a
electronics.
strong idea. She just seems to be kind of like, I want this to be intense. And is just kind of throwing anything out there. So Lou has been roped into helping her prepare and party and prepare. It's kind of the same thing for Audie. Party, prepare.
Yeah, he would just offer whatever manual labor, and then like just be like getting buzzed,
Yeah.
smoking on a cigar, drinking beers.
Okay. All right, back to Mal. You, at this point, security has come in, and they are not like the security guards that you have been dealing with over the past couple days. That like Lou and Yui were playing as. These individuals are in full military gear. Sokka, they are full on Sokka paramilitary, and they have bug detectors, bomb sweepers, as they are very much trying to clear this area room by room.
All right.
They clear the area. No bombs detected. Gray seems a bit relieved, and she just looks over to you. All right, back to work, I guess.
I suppose so. All right.
And you go back to helping her with the chemicals and the like. The chemicals themselves, your chem analyzer, I'm assuming that you have, goes off as very potent combinations of mixture of biotoxins, neurotoxins, stem cells, and different cloning materials. Like different enzymes, proteins, and the like.
I see. Very interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad in this room.
Yeah.
The other thing is the stem cells are not spinal stem cells, they are fetal stem cells.
Oh.
Your chem analyzer would tell you. But for the most part, the day goes by very, very structured. And very, very, the whole mood in the area is terrifying. Like,
yeah,
of how somber and, like, militaristic it has become overnight. But your shift comes and goes, and the entire time, anytime you're away from a camera or anything that can hear, Grace is just shit talking the company.
Yeah. I do want to also point out that Mal, once the group that cleared the area left, he then turned back on his brain dance thing.
Okay.
Lou's like, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead and finish what Lou's doing.
Lou's like half in the bag drunk, and he's gonna call Mal and be like, "Hey! I know it's your last day. On your way home, man. Hey, could you get by and get us some of that Chinese food before you leave? I mean, it's our last shot at getting some prime food like that. You know what I'm saying?"
So Mal doesn't answer the phone. He sends it to voicemail. He will read the voice, or he will listen to the voicemail after his shift.
Okay.
Yeah. And towards the end of the day, while they're like outside of earshot of a camera or anything,
Yeah.
He'll have like clearly been throughout the day looking like he's really thinking about something, and of like if ever pressed, he will avoid, be like, let me dwell on it some more, and then like next time that they're away, he'll like approach Grace and be like, hey, so I know I mentioned my prior employers and such, but like genuinely, they might be a better option. I can put in a good word. Like I said, I was good at my job, so I mean, just because I'm going corporal doesn't mean you can't go the opposite direction.
She looks at you. She's like, I would not mind that. The problem is repossession. When you get high up in Saka, the Saka ladder, or you're valuable to them, they mark you,
Right.
and they make you chip in to their stuff. And if I leave, they can deactivate those at any time, freeze my bank accounts, and I'm fine with doing it. It's just I just will need a little bit of help to get out.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for them. It's been a minute since I've even talked to them, but I can try to reach out to them and put the both of you in contact, and then y'all can talk it out. I don't want to play middleman. That's not my, again, trying to go corpo, not my job anymore.
That's fair. Well, if you'd like to put in a good word, that I wouldn't turn it down.
Yeah. I mean, I've got your agent already, so
Yeah.
that's not like company phone, right? That's your own personal agent.
That was the company one. Let me give you my personal.
Yeah. Let's get your personal.
And she'll shoot it your way.
All right. Also, and like during his lunch break, he had written up his resignation form. Just
Okay.
I know it's a formality at this point, but he puts on the stack.
All right, so you do that.
Yep.
Ziri, were you going back to the basement, or were you just leaving after you spoke with Benjamin?
Yeah, I'm putting the what is it, notice and 2 weeks notice blah blah thing, and leaving.
I like that you give them a 2 weeks notice and you're just never gonna show up.
Yeah.
Absolute power move.
Puts in 2 weeks notice, doesn't work the day that they come in to put it in.
Amazing.
I mean, after seeing all the shit the chairs are like going on with, it's just like, nah, absolutely not.
I know an absolute legend who applied for like paid time off for like he had all of his paid time off all in like one week, and then his like a not paid time like sick days all lined up for the next week, and then he put his 2 weeks notice in after they were all approved already.
Power move.
Yeah.
So yeah, the day goes by. Mal, do you pick up the Chinese food on your way home?
Yeah, he picks up Chinese. He picks up like a bunch.
Okay.
Where's my Chinese food?
Like, I am going to mark off 500 eddies.
Oh my.
He picks up a bunch.
Okay.
That's a party.
So at this point, too, you guys are getting to the point where gang member after gang member is showing up to the location of where the concert is at, and you guys are also directed to show up if you so choose, as Audia's going to be there.
Yeah.
Do we have a sniper rifle? Does anybody have a sniper rifle? If not, I'll just use my assault rifle. But I do have a scope.
Have a sniper, but also after Mal picks up the Chinese, he'll send Lou a text just being like, "Hey, got your Chinese. You better have my scalpel when I get back." Because I'm pretty sure it was Lou that he handed his shotgun off to.
Oh yeah, I was like scalpel.
Yeah,
Do
that's
I
why
have
he
a
named his
scalpel?
shotgun.
Yeah, I got it, man.
So at this point, how drunk is Lou too? Because Lou's been drinking all day. It sounds like with Audie.
Oh, he's got a buzz going. Definitely got a buzz going.
Okay.
Probably has indulged in marijuana if Audie had any.
Okay. So you guys, you guys get to the concert. Is the concert venue, which is a dilapidated, old industrial complex that seems like it used to be an aircraft hangar for storage, not for actual, flying.
Mm-hmm.
As you see, there are hundreds of people here, and all of them are members of the mob that you work for. And you see cars aplenty, and after a while, a Delamain pulls up. As Audie, you see walk into the venue from
What is this idiot wearing?
So you know that picture you shared of Audie's input
No.
and how he looked?
Yeah.
He's wearing a cosplay of that.
Oh, Audie's fucking livid. Like there is. She grips the mic. If Lou is still next to her, she goes, "Going to kick a fucking pig's teeth in."
Do it.
So do we have like a setup right now?
We will. That will be. We will start next week with the ballroom blitz. That is going to happen here. As we're approaching 4:00 here, is I will have a full map and everything for you guys for next week for this on Tailspire. As we're approaching that last little bit, so you guys will be able to set up however you would like in this concert venue, whether you are in the catwalk up above, if you're in the pit, if you're in the crowd, and what's the general plan? Are you gonna have the mob people get this guy? Are you guys gonna do the deal?
Oh,
He's about to get the full force of my luck points in his head.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a race to who can kill him first.
Well, if you guys are just planning on offing him the second he walks into the building, if you guys would like to do that right now, because you'll get so that way you get your luck points back, or wait till next week. That is up to you guys.
I'd say we be a little more cinematic, like in the middle of a song or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I forgot I did buy our Arasaka sniper system with a scope and a smart link. Yes.
What irony if you yeah, with an Arasaka gun.
Yes, that is poetic justice.
But all right, so
I would be looking for a good perch somewhere.
Yeah, you'll be able to find one easily. But with that, I think this is where we are going to end, and I'll have the full map for you at the beginning of next week. Next session.
I got to spend time making a playlist. Yeah.
Bonus points if it's royalty free and I can play it on stream while you're doing this.
I don't know if I can. Because I have to because I'm referencing artists, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'll check.
I don't. A lot of that YouTube stuff you sent, I don't think that the copyrighted.
Please tell me one of the references. One of my favorite artists.
But
we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
But as far as improvement points go, you guys will gain 160 improvement points as you guys worked together and separately at the same time. Did more than I thought was going to happen. made corrupted and or made friends of more people than I thought would happen.
How much did you say? 160.
160.
160. Yep.
Okay.
Also, how much did we get last session, and do I also get it even though I was only at like half the session?
I'll get with you on that one.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. But I think that is where we are going to call it here. A real big thank you to all of the players. You guys are what makes this all possible, and as well a big thank you to everyone who's been watching, and the chat's been pretty lively tonight, so big thank you there. Make sure to check out our next table starting at 6 p.m. tonight. That is our Lost Colony of Sargava table. A completely custom Spelljammer campaign. And lastly, if you would like to play a game like this or any of the other ones you see on the channel, we have openings on Tuesday nights. We are running Out of the Abyss, and we will have our first session on Tuesday at 6 p.m. if you would like to join. Look up Start Playing Games and look up DM Kenneth Shell or Odyssey of Eternity, and you will find it. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.